Hello again, once again, everyone. It is time for football that counts for real. Lucas Berry here alongside Chris Rader. Chris, is great to be back with you here in the broadcast booth as we look forward to, I think this will be our third season together at New River Network, and this will be the third season of Devon Marion's tenure at Oak Hill. And as Nicholas County rolls in here, it's actually quite a reverse from the last time this game was played at Oak Hill, because it was Devon's first game as head coach, and you had Gene Morris over there, who had been at Nicholas County for forever. There's a new head Grizzly over there. His name is Matt Morrison, comes in here. His first game's on the road against the playoff team from last year in Oak Hill.
Yeah, Coach Morrison comes in. My understanding is he's been with the middle school program a long time, so the kids know him. And he has the luxury of having a kid, Colton Helms, who's making his third year as the starting quarterback here. And I think that's going to be one of the stories of the game. Colton Helms comes in. Has roughly 20 varsity starts, roughly 1,000 varsity snaps. On the other side for Oak Hill, Luke Endicott, a senior, but is getting his first varsity snap at quarterback tonight, and I think that's going to be a real key here in the matchup between the Devils and the Grizzlies tonight.
It always is. You're talking about a high school. You're going to replace kids after year, right? I don't, personally, in my own opinion, I don't think we're going to see much different from Oak Hill this year in terms of I think you've got two stable running backs back there, and I think you've got a capable quarterback and a good defense. I don't think it'll look totally different from last year, but we're going to find out if I'm right or wrong over the next 11 weeks or so.
Well, I'll tell you, and I agree with you. I think schematically you won't see a lot different from Oak Hill. I think Luke Endicott has a different skill set than Malachi Lewis and Devin Richardson had, and they don't need him to be Malachi or Devin. They just need him to be the best version of themselves, and I think they can have some success.
About to find out if that success starts in this game, as that kick will be handled by the Grizzlies from about the 10-yard line. It gets muffed, and it gets run into. He's trying to sneak out of it. Don't know how he did temporarily, but he will be taken down.
So, yeah, he never actually went to the ground, but I think they blew the play dead, maybe a little prematurely there. So Nicholas County is actually going to take over around, looks like their own 15 here, Lucas. And Oak Hill's calling card the last few years has been their defense, and I expect it to be again this year. Now, I will say something to look out for. Oak Hill doesn't have a ton of depth, and that depth will be tested immediately on defense. Sophomore Caden Patterson broke his leg in the last scrimmage against Westside. He's going to be replaced by number 12, Tyler Colosino, in the lineup. So that depth will be tested immediately here on defense for the Devils.
And we've already got whistles as we're trying to get things set up.
And they're coming out with a 4-receiver set. The lone setback is Devin Nash. If it seems like Devin Nash has been at Nicholas County 9 years, there's a reason for that. He's started ever since he stepped on the campus. He's a really good player. We'll call his name a lot on defense, too. They rely on Devin, but he'll be a workhorse for them in the backfield and on defense here tonight for Nicholas County.
Grizzlies in the all-white from head to toe. Oak Hill in the red, and white uniforms.
Now, something else to look out for. The last couple of years, Carson Treadway's played that free safety position. 6'2", 195. He's a physical kid. They've moved him up to an outside linebacker. They feel like that he needs to be a little closer to the line of scrimmage, and Owen Gross has taken over that free safety position tonight here for Oak Hill.
We'll see if Nicholas County has an appetite to test that early on. All right, now we're set to go.
And they're getting the play from the sideline already.
Man will come in tight to the formation. Take the back out of the backfield. It's a screen, and Devin Nash gets eaten alive on that one.
Nice job by Antoine Hicks, and then James Ludwig from his defensive end position. They tried a little swing pass out with Devin Nash. Getting outside with Oak Hill is probably going to be a little tough for Nicholas County. It looks like they're going to go tempo here, Lucas. This is a little surprise as they're quick to the line here.
Snap is back. It is a handoff. Devin Nash trying to find the outside. He does. He'll get to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, 30. Out to about the 35-yard line, and Nicholas County's on the move.
Now, I will say this. I thought Nicholas County did Oak Hill a favor last year. I thought they ran the ball effectively and got away from it too much last year. They would have a good run, and they would try to establish their passing game. I'm anxious to see if they stick with that running game this year.
We're still going tempo. Helms says that's going to be caught by Landon Keenan out here.
Nice little pitch and catch that time from Helms. And again, he's a veteran starter here for Nicholas. He's in his third year. They know what to expect from him. And yeah, they're going quick here. And Oak Hill looks confused.
And a whistle already on the field.
Yeah,
it might be a timeout from Coach Marion.
That tempo caused some confusion. You have to burn a timeout a minute and 5 seconds into the game. I saw Antoine Hicks down there, and he was, looking at the sideline like, I don't know what to do. And I think that tempo really caused some confusion right there.
Turns out Coach Morrison may have some things up his sleeve tonight.
Nice little change of pace, out of the gate for Nicholas County, because I know that I haven't seen him go tempo in years past. I doubt they show that in scrimmage. We're not going to go tempo in scrimmages. So,
no.
Yeah, I think that caught Oak Hill off guard a little bit.
So we've got to pause here in the moment. I'd like to thank you once again for tuning us in here on the Minerva Network. Happy to be back in this press box here. Newly minted, and I mean that because they've actually put it on the field. Tom M. Mason Red Devil Field at John P. Duda Stadium.
I'll tell you something else the tempo might do. If you look on your screen, Oak Hill's defensive line is big. There's a lot of beef with Braden Knight and Derek Sullivan. In fact, those two kids together are 717 pounds.
Goodness.
So if you're going tempo, you might be trying to tire out those two big guys in the front there for Oak Hill, too.
Yeah. Speed and beef don't usually go together. All right, we're back, ready to go. Helms brings man in motion. He'll hand the ball off once again.
Nice job of filling that hole that time. And that was Solomon Truman. Now, Solomon is a sophomore who didn't play last year. They are tickled to death to have him back. He was a good middle school player, didn't come out for his freshman year. He's back this year, and he's going to play at running back and linebacker. He did a nice job of filling that hole that time and holding Nash to a minimal gain. Third and short here.
I recall seeing him, I think he scored in the last scrimmage, and I was really impressed with what I saw out of him.
He's a good player. Yeah, they're thrilled to have him back. Heck of a wrestler, too. But glad to have him back in a football uniform here tonight.
They're going to give him a first down, Chris.
So they're going to move the sticks on that. Initially, they had marked it as third and short. And you're right, that's going to move the sticks. And Andreas Johnson's checking into the game here for Oak Hill. So they're going into their bench again already. He's going out to a far corner. And again, there looks like there's some confusion out here to me. And they only have one man out there now. Antoine Hicks is getting out there. A little inside reverse to Milam.
Lucas Milam. He's going to go. He's going to be near the 35.
Nice little inside reverse to Lucas Milam. He'll play a little bit of H-back for Nicholas County. He broke a tackle right there in the middle of the field, was able to get outside, and Nicholas County's on the move. And again, they're going tempo here, Lucas. And again, Oak Hill, I think he's going to take another. Are they taking another timeout here?
I can't tell.
I mean,
or if it's just the
Coach Marion's on the
it.
field.
Yeah. He's talking to an official.
He's complaining about something. I'm not sure. Antoine Hicks is coming off. Antoine Hicks looks like he's upset. The ref's having an animated conversation with Devon Marion. I don't know if this is because Oak Hill's not getting the substitute. I'm not sure what the issue is here. But Devon Marion's on the field and is not happy. I think this is an equipment issue. And we saw a lot of this last year. Knee pads have to be over your knees, and I think that might be what that is.
Yeah, because it looked like that was where Devon was motioning.
Yes, I think that's what it was.
Man comes in motion across the formation. They'll roll Helms out. Helms will slide it. That pass is caught, and Troop's there a little bit late.
So a couple years ago, Nicholas had some success doing that. When they roll Helms out, just give him a little run-pass option. They'll give him receivers at different levels of the field. Hit his man right there on the 26. And, again, Nicholas gets another first down, moves the change, and they're going tempo again. And they have Oak Hill on their heels right now. And Colasino's in man coverage at the top of your screen.
They'll roll Helms out to his left this time. He'll keep it himself. Colton Helms across the 20 near the 15.
And he's got that in his game. Colton Helms isn't a kid maybe necessarily like Devin Richardson who's going to break it 50 or 60 yards, but he can get you 9, 10 yards. He's got good enough wheels that you have to respect that. That time he didn't like what he saw downfield, tucked it, got what he could.
And again, he comes in tight. They might be thinking sneak here. They are.
Yeah, that Devin Nash came in from his running back position and took the snap. Just on a little QB sneak there. And I'm not sure if he got that or not. It depends on where they spot it. The line to make looks like it's the 16.
I think he got
they
the 15.
They are going to. Yeah, they're going to move the sticks.
Devin Nash taking the handoff. He'll go to the left side and get taken down by a bunch of Red Devils.
That's a really nice job of setting the edge over there by Antoine Hicks. He came up from his cornerback position because I'll tell you what, at the snap of the ball, Devin Nash had some room. Antoine did a really nice job to come up and support the run from his corner position that time and hold that to a minimal gain.
Snap is back once again. Handoff goes to Devin Nash. And a flag comes in very late.
Very late. Well, see, I don't know if that's holding. Braden Knight was reaching. I don't know if they might get Braden for a face mask. We'll just have to wait on that. Good vision from Nash. He didn't like what he saw over the right-hand side, tried to cut it back left, and Braden Knight was reaching for him. But I'm not sure what the call is.
I guess we'll find out here in due course. I understand the referee is wearing a microphone tonight, so we might hear from that.
That's usually pretty loud in our ears when he is.
Yeah, so
let's see.
That might have been your fair warning, Chris.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that was a face mask. I thought that might have been on Braden Knight as he was reaching, trying to corral Devin Nash. I thought I was afraid he might have got that face mask, and he did. So that should be an automatic first down. Down marker said second down, but that should be an automatic first down.
First and goal from the 5 should be just inside the 5, really. Snap is back. Nash goes nowhere.
Nice job by Knight that time. And also Solomon Truman from his linebacker position throw Nash for a loss. But Knight completely caved in his man and changed the line of scrimmage for Oak Hill that time. And they're going to need more of that as Nicholas County's now inside the 10 and knocking on the door.
And they've done it pretty fast. We're only 3.5 minutes into the game.
Well, they've went tempo. They've went tempo and got down the field with some efficiency here on the first drive.
Snap is back.
Little inside hand that time to, I think that was Milam again. Milam gets inside the 5 down to, looks like they're marking him at the 3. And that should be, and right off the gate, the down marker's wrong.
Yeah, that's second down.
The down marker was wrong. After the face mask, that should have been an automatic first down, and they never spotted that. So already we're having some issues with the chains out there.
Nash will take the handoff. He will take the end zone. Touchdown, Nicholas County.
That was a really good opening drive from the Grizzlies. I mean, that was really impressive. And I'll tell you what, there was a couple times that Nash was able to bounce it outside. So we're really going to have to do a better job of setting that edge because there was 2 or 3 runs on there that Devin Nash didn't have anything going up between the tackles, was able to bounce it outside. So we got to set that edge better. That's a nice opening drive for Nicholas County, though.
It really is. And I'll highlight something we talked about, how Devon's now in his 3rd season. That's been kind of one of the hallmarks of Devon Marion's tenure at Oak Hill. It's adjustments.
He's very good at them, and I expect we'll see him. But he'll have some to make.
Oh, yes.
And I do think that tempo caught him off guard a little bit, that first drive, too.
High snap on the extra point, but the kick is away, and that kick is indeed good. So with 7:54 to go in the first quarter, Nicholas County jumps out to a 7-0 lead over the hometown Oak Hill Red Devils, but their first offensive possession of the season is upcoming on the New River Network. Welcome you back here into the press box here at John P. Duda Stadium. It's 7-0 Nicholas County after a very impressive opening drive here. And Oak Hill's going to get their chance to respond for the first time this season.
Colton Burkhammer, who's the tight end, is also the kicker for Nicholas County. He does a little bit of everything. That's going to be to Hicks.
And he lost his shoe.
Runs right out of his shoe.
He'll get to about the 27 before he'll step out of bounds.
Needs to tie them neon green babies up just a little tighter when you run right out of it.
Yeah.
You can always find Antoine when he's wearing those too. There's no mistaking which one he is.
Since you mentioned the Colton Burkhammer, I found it funny that they have two tight ends named Colton, and they're both wearing consecutive numbers. Colton Pishner is number 47, and then Colton Burkhammer. That's a play-by-play's nightmare.
So we'll get our first look at Luke Endicott, who, again, a senior, is getting his first start here tonight as a quarterback for the Devils. He won the job in the summer. I know Oak Hill feels confident in his abilities, but, again, he's never done it under the lights in front of a packed stadium before either, as Antoine's still trying to get in that shoe.
Looks like that Z. Lewis and Carson Treadway.
And they're going with the bunch set over here at Trips left.
Bunch set, yes. They bring Carson in motion.
That might be a delay of game. Antoine couldn't get in that, and I think Marion was saying he.
Dead ball, delay of game.
Yeah.
Offense. 5 yards, first down.
Yeah, that took too long. Yeah, Antoine was trying to get in the shoe, and that cost him 5 yards right off the bat. So not a great start on the drive. It's going to make it 1st and 15 now.
So Oak Hill starting from from off schedule a little bit here already.
Yeah, when you're breaking in a new quarterback, you don't want to put him behind the sticks for the first snap, that's for sure. Nicholas showing a 4-man front. Looks like they're playing a 4-3 here as Oak Hill's in twin sets.
Carson Treadway comes in motion. Luke Endicott hands the ball off.
Good initial hold that time. Nice job by number 58, Chris Meadows, who came over from his linebacker position to bring down Cade Compton. He gets back to about the original line of scrimmage. It'll make it 2nd and 10. But Cade had a nice hold over the left-hand side, but Meadows closed it fairly quickly.
Oak Hill showing a little bit of pace of their own. Endicott will hand the ball off again to Cade Compton. Compton will try to get it to the 30. He will not.
Nice job over there by Carter Meadows, another outside linebacker. Yeah, Cade he put his hand on his blocker's hip and was trying to find the lane and just couldn't find it. Carter Meadows drug him down for just about a 1-yard gain. And Oak Hill finds themselves in a 3rd and 9. So they want to try to stay out of obvious passing situations like this where Nicholas County can kind of pin their ears back and blitz the new quarterback.
Yeah, this is going to be a real examination of what Luke Endicott can do.
Now, Nicholas County looks a little confused over here with the 3-receiver set.
And they're going to drop and throw. That pass is caught. No, it's not.
Big hit.
That was a really big hit.
That was Braden Johnson with a big hit from his cornerback position. He laid out Z. Lewis, and that's going to be a 3-and-out for Oak Hill, and they're going to have to punt. So fast start here for Nicholas County. They go right down the field on an 85-yard drive and score, and they hold Oak Hill to a 3-and-out. So good start here for the Grizzlies tonight.
We've talked about it at times. Oak Hill's punting has been...
Last year was an adventure.
Yes.
Now they're lining up like they want to go for it, but I think they're going to let Endicott kind of quick kick it here.
Which worked for them when they went to that last year. Yes. And that's going to be called for a fair catch. It'll take an Oak Hill bounce.
Yeah, absolutely. It takes a really nice Oak Hill bounce.
And that'll be landing at about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, that worked out for Oak Hill.
You'll take that. 620. Oh, sorry.
No, we might see Oak Hill do a lot of that this year in punting situations. They might come out looking like it's going to be an offensive set, and then just back up and let Luke quick kick it, and that worked out that time with a nice roll.
If memory serves, it worked out pretty well for him last year when they tried it. So why not?
So let's see if Oak Hill can get this defense buttoned up a little bit right here. Nicholas County went right down the field the first time, 85 yards.
They only have 75 to go this time. And they're going to fake. That's a deep ball going for Landon Keenan. It's a little bit out in front.
So they set it up nicely, though. If you remember the first drive, they took Nash in motion. They threw him that swing pass out in the flat. They showed that same action that time, faked it, and tried to hit Keenan down the sideline. He had a step on Antoine down there, but Colton Helms just put it out there a little too far for him. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10.
In the spirit of Labor Day, he put a little too much mustard on that. Snap is back once again. They'll hand it off. I couldn't see who took that handoff.
I think that was Evan Nash. Nice job in the interior of the line that time. Derek Sullivan and Braden Knights. That's going to put Nicholas County in their own 3rd and long with an obvious passing situation. And Lucas, we have a couple of backups on the game already. Jagger Knox is in at a linebacker position here for Oak Hill. He's a 6'2", 201-pound sophomore. He's in here already. Looks like, I think Carson Treadway is out of the – no, Carson's in the game. And also number 58 for Oak Hill is checked in. That's Jake Bennett.
Flags are down here, and we'll see what for. Logic would dictate it goes against Nicholas County.
So Devon Marion's going into his bench early here in the game, bringing a couple backups in here on the second defensive series.
Dead ball. False start. Number 62 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
So that false start really puts Nicholas County in a bad way. They're in a 3rd and 14 now.
So for the first time, we're really going to see this Nicholas County offense in a position of not being on top of things.
Last year, Nicholas County really had trouble protecting Helms in the pocket.
And another whistle and another flag.
I think that might be another false start. We'll wait on the ref's call here.
Dead ball. False start. Number 30 on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
That'll make it what, 3rd and 19?
3rd and 19, and they don't make plays in the playbook for 3rd and 19.
No, that's...
So it looks like you have Owen Gross playing center field there as a single high free safety. Again, you got a couple backups with Knox and Bennett in the game right now here for Oak Hill. As Nicholas is going to send 3 receivers out to the right. Now you have man coverage over there with Carson Palmer because it looks like Gross is – there's a lot of confusion for Oak Hill right now on defense. There's a lot of confusion.
He'll roll Helms out. He stays in the pocket. He'll roll back out to his left, throws it as he gets hit, and that will fall incomplete.
So really good pressure initially from James Ludwig, but then Jagger Knox comes in. Like I said, he comes right off the bench, and he was tackling Helms as that pass was being thrown.
Yeah.
And that was a story last year for Nicholas County. They kept trying to establish their passing game. They had a lot of trouble protecting him. And you saw Oak Hill have a good pass rush that time on a 3rd and 19. So Nicholas County now has to punt with Burkhammer. And it looks like Antoine Hicks is back deep to receive for Oak Hill.
Hope he tied his shoe.
I did too. I've seen him mess with it 2 or 3 times.
Mm-hmm. Burkhammer will get the punt away. Barely. That's a really good kick. And
Takes
that's
an
going
Oak
to
Hill
take an
bounce.
Oak Hill bounce to about the 49, right on the 50.
Right on the 50.
Couldn't get much more even. Well, maybe another step could be much more even. But either way, it's great field position for Oak Hill in their second drive of the ball game.
Yeah, so they got their feet under them a little bit that second drive after Nicholas County went right down the field. The defense got stabilized a little bit, was able to force a punt. So now we're going to have Oak Hill second possession, and they had a very disjointed start themselves. Their first drive when they had a a delay of game with Antoine trying to get his shoe on. So they were behind the sticks before they even snapped the ball. So let's see if they can have a little better start here on their second possession of the game.
Out comes Luke Endicott. We'll get the chain set. That's always an adventure in high school. Guys are going a little too far.
Yeah, they need to come back the other way, man.
Come back, guys.
It's first game for everybody, Lucas.
Yeah.
Including the chain games. Their first week too, yeah.
Hey, at least the chain gang still matters. It don't even matter in the NFL anymore.
So they're going with a stack set here on either side.
And Endicott will try a screen out, and looks like Zeke Lewis caught that. And he'll kind of lose a yard.
Yeah, so Owen Gross was trying to throw him a block out there, and I couldn't quite see who the corner was for Nicholas, but he fought through that block and he was able to disrupt the play. He didn't make the tackle. He disrupted the play so that Z had to cut it back into the middle, and there was a lot of Grizzlies waiting on him. So, yeah, all that for no gain in a 2nd and 10 here.
Trips to the near side, one out wide, and a single running back in the backfield. Endicott will take the snap. He will get it out to Antoine Hicks. Antoine put his foot in the ground and tried to...
That's a really nice job by Lucas Milam out there. Really nice job. Because he had Antoine one-on-one, and Antoine's a shifty kid, and you're hoping maybe Antoine can make him miss, but Milam did a nice job in the open field that time. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 9. And again, Oak Hill in an obvious pass situation is what they want to stay out of, to give Endicott as much of an advantage they can. But if they know that he has to throw, then they can come after him.
Endicott going downfield. That pass is caught.
He caught it. I think he caught it. Yeah,
I think he did. They're going to give that to Treadway. Oak Hill moves the sticks.
So a really nice ball from Endicott, but great concentration by Carson Treadway as well, because Milam was down there. We'll see if we can get another look at that. In real time, I thought he caught it with the naked eye. It doesn't matter. The ref ruled he caught it. We don't have replay to overrule it. So Oak Hill now in business at Nicholas County's 16-yard line.
And a whistle here. Someone called timeout. Nicholas County called timeout.
I think Nicholas called timeout to get their bearings under them a little bit. We're going to effort to see if we can get that replay and see if Carson caught that.
Let's see if we can't discern what happened here.
Yeah, he got a foot down. Yeah, that right foot came down. So that's a good call by the official. And I thought in real time he did catch it. And that's just a great job by Carson Treadway, the junior wide receiver, because there was good coverage down there. But again, Luke Endicott with a good ball to give him a chance to catch that too.
It was really good coverage. It was like, 3 or 4 white shirts down there to try to track that ball down, understand where you are against the sideline. That's a really heads-up play.
Yeah, nice job by Carson Treadway. And they expect that out of him. He's one of the leaders on the team, one of the best players on the team. And they expect him to make those tough plays.
After the timeout, it remains Solomon Truman in the backfield. And Luke Endicott snapped it, and there's another flag down.
Yeah, I think Solomon got a little.
I think he did get a little antsy there.
Well, Owen's coming out of the game. This might be another equipment issue. And those equipment issues wear me out.
It's all done for player safety.
Who's number 10, Lucas? I put my roster down.
Number 10 for Oak Hill is Brennan Brooks.
Well, he's coming in.
A freshman.
For Owen Gross.
A 6-foot freshman. Endicott will keep it. Endicott will have near the 10 to about the 11.
So that's something I think that Luke can give him that maybe Devin didn't give. Devin was great in the open field and on broken plays. If you're running straight QB power, Luke will stick his face in there and get you a solid 5 yards. And that time he did that. And you'll take that. You'll take a solid 4 or 5 yards right there on QB power.
It'll cut second down and effectively half.
And that keeps you on schedule here.
Bring a man in motion. That is Carson Treadway. Treadway's going to get to the outside near the goal line, not quite.
So we got the 1st and goal. When we see Oak Hill go in those tight to the line bunch sets, I call that their jet sweep series. If they're not handing it to Carson, they're at least showing that action to Carson. So when you see those tight bunch sets, that's their jet sweep series. That time they hand it to Carson, got a nice gain around the right end. 1st and goal from the 1 here.
The best position in football, you think.
Absolutely. Well, the old school guy in me hates that they're in the gun, but I'll bite my tongue.
And the cop will keep running out of the gun. He's going to have it. Touchdown, Oak Hill, we think. No ruling yet.
Yeah, he got in there. So that's really nice answer from Oak Hill. You know, Nicholas came out, punched him in the mouth. I mean, they did. Nicholas came out and punched Oak Hill in the mouth. Not only got a drive, and they got a 3-and-out stop. Oak Hill got their feet under them, though, on that second drive, and a really nice answer drive right there as Luke Endicott finishes it off with a little QB power from 1 yard out.
How's that for your first scoring drive as starting quarterback? You take it and do it yourself.
Absolutely. This is going to be Jagger Workman trying to tack on the extra point, tie the game here.
Snap is back. Kick is up. It's on the way, and that kick is good. And this game is tied at 7 with 2:29 to go in the first quarter. Do not go anywhere. I get a feeling we've got ourselves a heck of a game for you tonight on the Nerva Network. We welcome you back here on the Nerva Network. Lucas Berry, Chris Rader here with you. Oak Hill was set to kick off, and Nicholas County is going to get their third shot at it. They scored on the opening drive. They went 3 and out on the second drive, and now we'll see if they can answer Oak Hill's answer to them.
Now, Luke Wingrove does the kickoffs for Oak Hill. He's got a little stronger leg. Got a nice boot into that.
Really did, yeah. Taking it about the 10, the 15 to the 20, so 25, 30. Near the 35.
Yeah, pretty solid return, though. That's going to be about a 26, 27-yard return there for Nicholas County. So they'll have pretty good field position just beyond their own 35. And I'm anxious to see if they try to go back to tempo, Lucas, because I mentioned earlier Braden Light and Derek Sullivan right there on the defensive line for Oak Hill. Those are big kids, and they play both ways. So Nicholas might be trying to go tempo and tire those kids out.
Yeah. Here's the snap. And off up the middle. I think that may have been Devin Nash again.
And that's one of their bread and butter plays where they'll pull that backside guard and tackle. Oak Hill did a pretty nice job that time. And again, Jagger Knox, who's come off the bench for Oak Hill, playing a linebacker position.
They are staying up tempo.
Got in on that tackle, kept that to about a 3-yard gain. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 7.
And Oak Hill is all discombobulated so far. Snap is back. Hand off to Devin Nash. Nash will not have anywhere to go.
Braden Knight, Derek Sullivan, Jagger Knox again, who's come in and had an immediate impact on this game already off the bench. He was in on that tackle as well, but the two big guys inside held that to nothing. Now it's 3rd and 7. Let's see if Nicholas can protect Colton Helms, which they had a little trouble the last drive.
Do you even consider this an obvious passing down? Because you can run it and get a couple of yards and set yourself up for 4th down.
Yeah, in this day and age, it's about the truth.
Helms will roll out to his left. He's committed to running now, and he will be near the 1st down.
He's going to be just short.
Not a hair.
Yeah, Cade Compton knocked him out of bounds. When Cade lost his helmet, so he's going to have to come out of the game. That will be just short.
If I'm Matt Morrison, I'm giving this a real consideration.
At that spot on the field, I think Morrison's probably going to think really hard about going for it. As Caden Morris checks into the game for Cade Compton, whose helmet popped off.
Well, they're dropping Berghammer back, but I'd watch the fake.
So that's actually longer than I thought. That's about a 4th and 4. I thought it was about that's a 4th and 4.
I didn't even see the down marker. Yeah, 4th and 4. Yeah, you'll kick it in this spot. Don't make a liar out of me, Nicholas County. And they don't, and that's almost blocked. And Antoine's going to watch that bounce.
Just get away from it.
Get
away
from
from it.
And that's going to be down at about the 17-yard line.
So, again, after that initial drive, another 3 and out for Oak Hill. So, the defense has kind of got their bearings a little bit. You mentioned that Devon Marion is great at making adjustments. We've seen that. The last 2 defensive series for Oak Hill have looked a lot better than the first one.
It's a fun fact. I was doing a little bit of research before the game, and this is actually not this date, but 2025 marks 100 years since Oak Hill and Nicholas County first played.
Really?
They first played back in 1925 in November. A little warmer, I'm sure, than November 1925 was today. Luke Endicott will take the snap. He'll hand it off to Kay Compton. Compton getting across the 20, the 25, 30, to the 35, to the 40.
Really nice job by the right-hand side of that line, and a nice move right in the middle of the field by Cade Compton. Made a man miss, got to the outside, and a nice run. That's the best run of the night for Oak Hill. Nice job by the junior, Cade Compton. He's going to check out, and Solomon Truman's going to check in. It's going to be kind of a running back by committee with those two kids this year. But nice run by Cade, and a nice job over there by Tyler Garrett and James Ludwig, who were the right guard and right tackle for Oak Hill.
Trips to the near side, single receiver out wide. Solomon Truman in the backfield with Luke Endicott. Endicott will take the snap. He will keep it himself, and he'll get stuffed out about the 41. So he will get back to the line of scrimmage and not much else.
Yeah, not a lot going there. Isaiah Dillon, a big 6'1", 280-pound junior in there. Senior for Nicholas County, in on the stop that time.
Big number 66.
Held that to a no gain as Endicott gets the play from Marion on the sideline.
We're down to 30 seconds to go in the quarter. And I can't see a play clock. 20 seconds on a play clock. So it's about 3 seconds difference. Snap is back. Luke Endicott drops the throw. He's going for, oh my goodness, Z. Lewis. And they're going to say he stepped out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. But man.
Well, I got to tell you, I was going to be critical of Luke because he had a man wide open at about the 5 or 6 yard hitch. He throws it into coverage on the little corner route to Z. Lewis, but man, he put it right in there. And again, great concentration from Z. And Oak Hill's in business in the Nicholas County territory again.
They've stopped the clock where he stepped out of bounds, so they will have one more snap this quarter. 10.3 seconds to go in our quarter. As Endicott will take the snap once again. He'll hand the ball off. That's Kay Compton. Compton will get across the 35 to about the 33-32.
I'll tell you what, Devin Nash, if he doesn't make that tackle, Cade's got a lot of green.
And that's how the first quarter comes to a close. After 7 apiece. We'll be back for the second quarter after this on the New River Network. Second quarter just about to begin here on the New River Network. Lucas Berry, Chris Rader here with you. Before we have the snap, they just introduced the Oak Hill cheerleaders. Let's give a shout out to the cheerleaders and band, because they'll be with us all year long, and you can't have a high school game without them.
Cheerleaders have a long season, man. They're at every football and basketball game, have their own competition. They deserve a lot of credit.
Amen to that. Trips to our near side. Endicott will take the snap. He will hand it off.
And again, a nice tackle in there in the interior from Nicholas County. That was number 68. Coleman Tyree, or no, that might have been Isaiah Dillon. That was either 66 or 68. I didn't catch that.
It's hard to see up here.
But again, it looked like a hole was opened up for Cade, and a nice little shoestring tackle. Definitely 4-down territory here, though. So it's 3rd and around 5. Oak Hill has 2 plays to get this, so you don't need to be in a big hurry here.
Bunch formation upcoming over here.
They got man coverage to Carson on the top of the screen if they want it.
Luke Endicott will throw it. That pass is caught. It's Antoine Hicks. He'll get to about the 18-yard line, 19-yard line.
I love it. And let me tell you why. Something that was missing out of Oak Hill's passing game last year was the intermediate routes. I think the intermediate routes in that 8 to 15-yard window are the meat and potatoes of a good passing game. Oak Hill didn't have that last year. Oak Hill, if it wasn't a screen, it was a bomb. There was nothing in between. And that time you see Luke Endicott looking at an intermediate route and moving the sticks. Nice job by the senior there.
I do intermediate routes if you do it right, almost like another run play.
Well, I think those are more like screens. Intermediate route, I think, is
Well, yes, but what I'm thinking of is you can get you a chunk of yardage, you can get your guys out in space, and it keeps the clock moving.
Nothing that time as Colton Burkhammer comes in. Braden Knight's mad. I think he's acting like he missed the block. Burkhammer with a nice play to hold that to actually a small loss that time for Oak Hill. That'll bring up a 2nd and 11 from the 20.
Minute and a half gone, second quarter rather. It's first game, second quarter. This is what I said about you not needing practice when you showed up here, and I needed practice.
I definitely need practice, my man.
Snap is back to Endicott. He'll get rid of it, and that pass is incomplete. So
really good pressure that time off the left side of Nicholas County's defense made Luke rush that. He threw it a little behind Antoine. He had a little skinny post or a slant going there to the end zone. But the pressure forced Luke to throw it earlier than he wanted to, and that's what forced that incompletion. Nice job by the Grizzlies' defensive line that time.
3rd down and long here for Oak Hill, 3rd and 11 to be specific.
But Luke Endicott, Lucas, in his first start, I think has looked very poised.
Yes.
Very poised. And he's made some plays in the passing game for the Devils. Here comes the blitz.
Back. And he'll get rid of it, and that pass is going to be caught. Touchdown, Oak Hill.
That is a great job by Luke Endicott. They showed blitz. He read it. He knew the blitz was coming, had to get out of it. He had Antoine Hicks in man coverage. He won a beautiful post, and that's a great job by Luke Endicott. I can't say enough about that.
And for the first time this season, Oak Hill has the lead at 13-7.
He saw what I saw. He saw the linebackers creeping up in those A-gaps. He knew they were coming. They did, but he knew he had man coverage with Antoine Hicks and put it right on him. Great job by Luke Endicott. His first start, he's got a rushing touchdown and now a passing touchdown.
Snap is back. Kick is up on the way, and that kick is good. 14-7 Oak Hill with 9:53 to go in the first half.
And Lucas, on the replay, I was leaning over Darren's shoulder watching the replay, and I'm even more impressed after I see the replay because Luke threw that to a spot. And you don't see a lot of high school quarterbacks do that.
No.
They're trying to throw it to a man.
Right.
He threw it to the spot that he knew Antoine was going to be at and put it right on him. I'm really impressed with Luke Endicott here early in the game in his first varsity start. He had never taken a varsity snap at quarterback before tonight, and he's looking really good.
So should we start his Kennedy Award campaign already?
Absolutely.
Let's go ahead and do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Luke Endicott for the Kennedy Award. I almost said Heisman. That's a little ahead of myself.
Well, if he wins the Heisman, he's having a heck of a year.
Yes, he is. For those of you who may not know, the Kennedy is basically West Virginia high school football's Heisman. Is what it is. It's the best player in the state. So Nicholas will have a chance to play from behind for the first time this season, first time in this game, and that kick is up. It's a pretty good kick once again.
That's a real good kick.
It'll be fielded inside the 5, to the 10, the 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And he'll be out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Actually, they're going to mark him back at about the 37.
Yeah, you would like to have a little bit better coverage than that, though. He fielded that at the 4 and was able to advance it out past the 35-yard line. So
that's a 33-yard return. That's not good.
You would like your special teams to cover that kick a little better than that, though. So we'll see if, we've seen in the past of Von Marion, if he thinks his special teams isn't going to cover, he'll squib it.
Yeah.
Now, he hasn't done that tonight, but if they're not going to cover better than that, he might decide to start squibbing it again.
So we'll see if Matt Morrison has any adjustments for his team as they bring him in, tighten the formation, and that's going to be a false start.
And as good as Nicholas County looked in that first drive, they've looked a little disjointed since.
Yeah.
They had a couple false starts. The second drive, they have a false start right there before the ball's even snapped. So the momentum has definitely shifted after Nicholas jumped on him 7-0. Nicholas is a little out of sorts here right now. And again, I want to bring up for Oak Hill, they're playing some kids that, frankly, I didn't expect them to play. Jagger Knox is getting all kinds of defensive snaps. He's number 26, number 58 for Oak Hill. Jake Bennett, 5'11", 212-pound junior, is getting a lot of snaps at defensive line.
And that's our old friend Devin Nash. He'll get across the 40 and get some of those yards back and get those yards back and then some.
And then some. And that's a really good patient run by Devin Nash. And that's a kid that you can tell he's ran that play in practice and in games 1,000 times.
He can do it in his sleep.
He can do it in his sleep. He doesn't get rushed. He waits for his blocks to develop, and then he finds a lane and hits it. And that's a really experienced back by there who, he's ran that play a million times.
Snap is back. Yeah, it's a keep. Helms will get a couple of yards there, and it'll be third and manageable here for Nicholas County.
Yeah, it looks like Helms might be able to squeeze through there, but then Solomon Truman from his linebacker position, I think Braden Knight from his defensive line position corralled him, so that's going to bring up third and medium, third and about 4 here for Nicholas at their own 44. Call it 3rd and 3, actually.
A long 3.
A long 3.
Line to gain is the 47. 2 receivers to each side, running back in the backfield, and whistles.
Nicholas wants to talk about it.
Timeout for Nicholas County.
So that's their second, so they have 1 left. By my count, Oak Hill's burned 1. They have 2 left.
Yes. Yeah. By my, yeah. I think your math is good because it's my math, too. And again, I was never a big math guy.
Let's get the abacus out here. We'll start sliding beads.
You may have to at the end of this game.
I saw you dragging it up here before the game, and I thought that's a good idea.
Yeah. I'm always prepared, Chris. You know that.
The coaches weren't too happy when they had to slide around it, but
no.
We do have a crowded press box, and yeah, this is a new feature.
It is, yeah.
I could smack Darren for this. Nobody wants to see this.
No, don't want to see this.
I'm in a T-shirt and sweats. I could have, if I would have known, I would have worn my tux. Thought I know it was going to be on camera. So
I left my
we got to have a post-production meeting with Darren after the game, and we'll take a vote on this.
Yeah.
So Nicholas is coming out and trips to the left, and they got a single receiver to the right here on 3rd and 3, Lucas.
Ellis back there in the backfield, taking the snap. He'll fake the pass. That pass is going to be fake the handoff. Pass is caught. Looked like that was.
That was number 35 for Nicholas. That's Ian Nutter. That's
yes.
a little. He went past the sticks, sat down. His senior quarterback put it right on him. Nice little pitch and catch to move the sticks for Nicholas.
I couldn't tell if that was a 35 or a 15 or a 75.
Yeah, it's sometimes hard to see through these windows up here. The folks at home actually have a better view on their screen than we do. We're watching through the windows. We can't always see what the numbers are.
Handoff comes to Devin Nash once again. He'll dive near the 45, cross the 45.
Yeah, that's good yardage, though. You'll take that on first down.
Oh, yeah.
That puts them, ahead of schedule there. Again, I think Jagger Knox is in on the tackle, but that's a little further downfield than you want Devin Nash. And again, they'll run that to death. Well, they'll pull that backside guard and tackle, and Nash will just follow them up through there. Little counter play.
Nash again.
And that's going to be very close to a first down.
I think they're going to mark him just barely short.
And Nash is using that 212-pound frame, just burrowing through there. And that time they pulled Colton Burkhammer, who kind of plays an H-back tight end, whatever you want to call that. That time he's lined up more of an H-back. He's behind the line of scrimmage. And he pulled across the formation that time. So Nicholas County is doing a lot of trapping. They're trying to create blocking angles for their linemen here.
Snap is back once again, and it'll be Nash. I don't know if he got that.
I don't know if he did either. James Ludwig did a nice job of setting the edge from his defensive end position. Then Antoine came up
From where they're marking it, I don't think he did.
Yeah, I would agree. I think he's just short. Because that stick looks like it. Yeah, it's going to be really close. I guess they're going to have to measure. Are they
actually going to measure?
Yeah.
They're actually going to measure.
Yep, they're going to measure this. That's going to be really close. But a nice job by James Ludwig and then Antoine Hicks to come up and support the run. He went low on him and didn't let him get very much out of that. Ooh, that's close. Oh, really close. They're gonna
give it to him. Wow.
Boy, not by much, man.
Yeah, I'm with Darren. Put your hands up. I don't know.
By one pebble on the football. I mean, that was not by much.
They say it's a game of inches. That's a millimeter.
Yeah. But it's 1st and 10, so Nicholas County, trying to get their feet back under them. And this is their best drive since their first drive, so now they're in Oak Hill territory. And, once you get past midfield these days, you're in 4-down territory.
Pretty much, yeah. Ball on the 39 for Nicholas County. Snap is back. Nash will take it once again. He'll get a couple yards there. Decent gain on first down.
So Braden Knight got good initial penetration. He didn't make the tackle, but Nash had to cut up inside him. They tried to run over to Burkhammer's side, the H-back, but Braden Knight he messed that play up. They got 2 or 3 yards out of it, but nice penetration by Braden.
And that's another handoff. Don't think Nash is really going anywhere.
No, he's not, and Braden Knight's fired up. That's 2 nice plays in a row from the senior there, and he takes up a lot of real estate. And he's hard to move out of there, and he's blown 2 plays up in a row. That puts Nicholas County in a 3rd and long here.
3rd and 7 on the scoreboard. 8 by my count.
Rylan Donnell, a freshman, is checking into the secondary for Oak Hill.
Helms will roll out to his right. He will launch it deep. That pass is going to be caught. Touchdown, Nicholas County.
That was Lucas Milam on the reception. And I saw that. So I saw Helms rolling to his right, and Milam was wide open across the field on his left. And frankly, I didn't think Helms was going to see him. But at the last minute, right before Helms got hit, he saw Milam, and Owen Gross came over and almost knocked it down, but great throw from the senior quarterback from Nicholas County to find his senior counterpart down there, and we're an extra point away from being tied again.
Snap back, ball down, kick up on the way, and that kick is good. And this game's tied at 14.
Lucas, on the play design, they have everything rolling to the right, and then, everybody's eyes are flowing that way. You're starting to flow that way, and then
they've got action on the backside.
Then on the backside, Lucas Milam is sneaking right down the seam. And again, I didn't think Helms was going to see him for a minute because I saw Milam wide open. I didn't think Helms saw him, but then right at the last second he did and put a nice ball out there.
It looked for all the world like Helms was already kind of going to be committed to running when he passed the line of scrimmage. And at that point, you're right. I didn't think he was going to see him.
Yeah. Well, they're putting the ball in his hands. And again, like I mentioned before, he's a 3-year starter. Very experienced and really nice throw that time.
Yeah, he's the guy they want the ball in his hands. He's proven that. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, it's a new regime, but that's a good program over there in Summersville. They win a lot.
Yeah, it is. And they feel good about their team this year. I talked to a couple of Summersville people earlier this week. They feel good about their team this year. They think they have a pretty good football team, and a lot of it has to do with Helms at quarterback, Devin Nash at running back and linebacker, Burt Kammer, Milam. Those are all seniors who have played a lot for Nicholas County. They got a good quartet of leaders there.
And that ball's on the ground. That'll be fielded at about the 18-yard line. Couldn't see who that was on the Carson Treadway. Yes, Carson will get to about the 30.
So it's what we expected. Nicholas and Oak Hill, even though Oak Hill's won the last 3, they've all been very competitive. It's always a close game. I expected it to be a competitive game and 2 evenly matched teams, and we got a good one here tonight.
The average score, to underline your point, the average score of this game, and they've been playing now, this is 37 times, 22-16 Oak Hill.
Yeah,
it's always a good game.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's always very competitive. And it's punch, counter punch.
Yeah.
You know.
There's never a whole lot to separate these two when they get together. Antoine comes in motion across the formation. And Kate Compton look like. And Kate will get to about the 35.
So I noticed right there on that, Oak Hill had twin receivers out here. And the slot man, Nicholas has given that slot man a lot of cushion. If you just wanted to snap it back to Endicott and let him just throw it right out there, you could get a few yards out of that if you wanted it, because the slot is getting a lot of cushion from the man covering him out here.
Given we've already seen intermediate passing, I wouldn't be surprised if they do try that at some point. And a flag is down here. So let's see just what this might be.
Dead ball. False start. Number 1 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Yeah, and that negates, you know, a nice gain that had you right on schedule. Now you're behind schedule when you're at 2nd and 10.
.440 to go on a second quarter clock that's winding. They bring a man in motion across the formation once again. And Endicott drops the throw. That pass is going to be incomplete. And there was 2 Nicholas County Grizzlies to 1 Oak Hill Red Devil down there.
Yeah.
And it almost ended badly.
Nicholas County had that defended well. They brought Antoine in motion across the formation. And Luke fakes a little swing pass out in the flat. Nicholas County never bought it. They, like you said, they had 2 men back. Good coverage down there. That play didn't have much of a chance.
Obvious passing situation for Oak Hill.
Now, last time Nicholas County brought a blitz and got burned. Let's see if they just try to rush 4 and drop 7 right here.
They're showing it, and I think they may have gotten a jump from Oak Hill there.
Yeah, they did. Oak Hill's got to watch those pre-snap penalties. It's going to make it a 3rd and 15.
Dead ball. False start. Number 3 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
And you really, that's our second false start on our wideouts. You really hate for a wideout to get a false start. That really should never happen. Now, that's 2 on this drive already where our wideouts have cost us 10 yards in penalties.
So the lineup again on 3rd and 15. And Endicott brings Antoine in motion across the formation. Snap is back. Luke Endicott dropping the throw. He's got all kinds of time. That pass is going to be incomplete. Zeke Lewis could not catch up.
Yeah, they were in a zone that time. They rushed 4, dropped 7, but definitely a zone. As Antoine went in motion, nobody's following him across the formation. And, you know, Nicholas County had that covered up. But Oak Hill was kind of their own worst enemy a little bit. They got 5 yards on the first play of the drive to put them in 2nd 5, but then penalties put them behind the sticks, and they're in a punt situation now.
And that counter punch for Nicholas County, all of a sudden you score and you get a stop. Now you get a chance with 4.5 to go in the first half to take a lead in the locker room.
That's exactly right.
And again, they came out in the formation. I can't imagine they're going for it in this situation.
No, they're going to quick kick it here.
And that will take an
Another
Oak Hill bounce.
Big
Oak Hill bounce out to about the 23-yard line.
Luke Endicott is going to have some really nice punting stats in the box score tomorrow. They're going to look like 50-yard.
Yeah.
You know, they hang in the air 5 seconds, but they've been very effective. And I'll say this. I will say this. When they're doing that quick kick, he's not getting at normal pump depth. I mean, he's only about 7 or 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And he's kind of deliberate getting it off. If Nicholas County wants to come after that, they have a chance to get a punt block on that.
Yeah, there's been a couple times where I'm thinking this is going to get blocked.
Yeah,
and they
he's
haven't
very
really been
deliberate.
rushing it.
He's very deliberate, and he's only about 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
So that may be something to watch for if it comes down to it late in the game as the handoff comes up the middle, and that'll get to about the 25. If we come into a situation late in the game where Nicholas is trying to steal some field position, that might be it.
Here.
Very late flag. I can't even see it on the field.
So it looks like Braden Knight's jawing with somebody. You really want to avoid that. We got a 14-14 game. You don't want to help them out any.
We got Marion inside the hash marks.
Yeah, Marion's out on the field. We'll see what they call here. But that was a very late flag after the play. And the play didn't go for much. It was James Ludwig who made first initial contact from his defensive end position. They didn't get much, but we'll see what the flag is. It looks like they're moving.
After the play, you got a dead ball. Personal foul. Number 53 on the offense.
So that's going to be on Nicholas County.
Half the distance to the goal. Second down.
It's on Xander Leffler.
Xander Leffler, 6'1", 295-pound junior. And you got to control your emotions, and he didn't that time, and it really hurt his team.
It's a penalty of the big kind. And another whistle.
And that's going to be their third and final timeout. So, or is that a flag? No.
Timeout. Timeout.
So that's their last. They don't have another timeout for the half ends. Nicholas has burned all three of their timeouts.
And with 4 minutes to go in the half, that could be a very important development.
Oak Hill still holding on to 2 of theirs. So 2nd and 20, line of scrimmage. I'm looking. It looks like it's the 14.
Yeah, see, the line to gain is the 34, so yeah, it'd be the 14.
Yeah. So again, I've brought this up a couple times, but I want to mention it. Oak Hill playing a couple kids. Jagger Knox is getting a ton of defensive snaps at one of those linebacker positions. And then number 58, Jake Bennett, is getting a ton of snaps at the defensive line position. He's a junior. So, talking to Brad Compton before, earlier in the week, I thought that those kids were going to get a lot of snaps, and they've gotten them. And Jagger Knox in particular, earlier in the game was in on several plays for Oak Hill. He's played well for them. So I mentioned Oak Hill doesn't have a ton of depth. They're testing that depth, but a couple of those kids have come up big for them so far.
Couldn't agree more. You're manufacturing depth tonight.
Yeah, sometimes you have to. Sometimes whether you have depth or not, you got to throw them in there. Ready or not, here you go.
Yeah. And that's a keep from Helms, and no one's in there. I saw Solomon Truman in there, and I couldn't make out a bunch of other Red Devils.
Oh, no, that's Jagger Knox. I was bragging on him. He actually made a tackle, and then he pushes a kid down. He's going to give him 15. And just when I was bragging on him, he made
an automatic first down?
Yes, it is. It's an automatic first down. That's a dead ball after the play. And he just made a nice tackle on that too. I don't know what he was doing. He made a nice tackle and got tangled up and pushed the kid down after the play. And man, if you want to play, you can't do that.
No.
He had been playing well, and now he finds himself on the sidelines with his coach chewing him.
After the play, dead ball, personal foul, number 26 on the defense, 15-yard penalty, third down.
Well, they're calling it a third down. I thought that was automatic. They're calling it a third down. I won't act like I know. Sometimes the rules from high school to college to pros are all different. I thought that anything like that was an automatic first down. So it hurts. It doesn't hurt as much as I thought, because I thought it was going to be Nicholas County first down. It's going to make it 3rd and about 5 here, though.
Yeah, I thought that was Anyway, they're trying to get cute with it. That's Ian Nutter on the far side, and Nutter gets tripped. Otherwise, he was going to run a little bit.
Yeah, we have an injury for Oak Hill, but they set that play up nicely. Because we've seen Devin Nash several times take that handoff and just take it off tackle, and that time he takes to bring Nutter in a little inside reverse. So they really did a nice job of setting that play up on a key third down for them, and they got a big gain out of it to move the sticks. And we'll try to see who that is down for Oak Hill. He was grabbing at his lower leg, and we'll try to
Yeah.
see who's down there for the Devils.
Speaking of lower leg injuries for Oak Hill, we want to mention that Caden Patterson. We want to just first of all say, hope recovery goes well for him. Of course, you never want to see that in anything, particularly in a scrimmage. That's what. I mean, I feel bad for him anyway, but I feel extra bad. They didn't even get a chance to play in a game that matters.
Yeah, they had him penciled in as a starter at the corner position. I was talking to Brad earlier in the week, and he said that Caden had a good summer camp. They felt like he had performed well in the scrimmages, and you can't help but feel bad for the kid. And I was here for that West Side scrimmage, and that's going to be Bennett, who I said has been playing a lot for Oak Hill. It's Jake Bennett, a 5'11", 212-pound junior, but he's limping off the field, so somebody's going to have to come in for him. It might be LaShawn Nichols, number 77, who looks like he's come onto the field, as Bennett looks like he's in some discomfort. But yeah, to your point about Caden Patterson, just a really unfortunate situation for him. I don't know if he's going to be out for the season. I'm not going to speculate. He's going to be out quite a while. And when he got up, when he's coming across, as soon as he got up, I was like, that doesn't look good. It didn't look good. I thought it might be a break, and sure enough, it was.
Caden, if you haven't been watching, we're wishing you the best, my friend. And that's a handoff. I thought for a second that ball hit the ground, but it didn't as Devin Nash keeps running.
Yeah, really nice job by Devin Nash. And then right in the interior of the line, he made a couple of guys miss. Oak Hill got good penetration, but someone just overran the play. Then Devin made another guy miss, and really nice gain. And Nicholas County's back in Oak Hill territory to retake the lead here.
With 3:20 to go, they've got plenty of time, even without any timeouts.
And they're going with the two tight end set over here to the right, over on that right-hand side.
Nash up the middle once again, finds a hole.
That's too much real estate.
That is too much real estate.
That's too much. You can't let first down runs get that much. That's 6 or 7 yards right there.
That should be a 2nd and 3, I think.
And again, looks like Nicholas County's going a little fast here, going with some tempo like they did that first drive.
Nash once again.
Now, Derek Sullivan made first initial contact, but Nash was still able to squeeze through him and get a couple yards. Nash is kind of like J.D. Moritz has been, previously for Oak Hill. You got to bring him down. He's not going to go down.
How is that being ruled a first down?
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. That's
okay. All right.
Yeah, I thought he was short too. I'm surprised they moved the sticks on that. But regardless, they did. So that's going to be 1st and 10 at the 39.
No, 34.
34. Yeah, I stand corrected. Yeah. Yeah, I thought he was short too.
2:20 to go in the half. We'll see if Nicholas County hands to their bell cow once again.
Actually, Nash came out.
Okay. That's Brandon Johnson in the backfield.
So they brought Nash out, but then they ran essentially the same play. They just ran it with that's QB power right there. They pulled that guard. It looks like they pulled Burkhammer from his H-back position. Just QB power. We got him 3 yards. And Nash got a quick blow, and he's right back in the game for Nicholas.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the first half.
Yeah, they wanted a little swing pass, and Helms threw it straight into the dirt that time. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down, Lucas. Looks like third and about 6 here for Nicholas at the Oak Hill 31. 3rd and 7, actually.
Snap is back. Helms drops the throw. That pass is caught. Another good job of just sitting down right in the hole of the defense.
He sure did. Yeah, he just found a spot in that zone right there. And that time Nicholas gave Helms good protection because Helms, initially it looked like he had nothing going on downfield, but he had time to let Keenan find a spot in that zone and just sit down. And, again, they moved the sticks. Big 3rd down conversion, 1st and 10 at the Oak Hill 16.
Minute and a half to go in the half. Nicholas County, remember, out of timeouts. So they can be deliberate, but they can't be too deliberate here. That's a low snap. And Helms keeps it and doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, the snap kind of threw off the timing of the play from the get-go. And then Oak Hill got good penetration on top of it. So they stopped that for actually a short loss. And you're right, Nicholas County.
Now with a minute left to go in the half, you're kind of in the got to think about going a little faster mode.
Yeah,
Because it's
they're
17
in no
yards
hurry
is
right
17
now.
yards.
Yeah, they're in no hurry right now at all.
This is reminiscent of the last time these two teams played right here when it felt like Nicholas kind of...
Well, they at the end of the game, they really kind of blew it with their clock management.
Helms will roll out to his left, cutting back to his right. He'll get that away, and will fall incomplete with 28.2 seconds to go in the half.
Good penetration that time by Derek Sullivan to kind of blow that play up. Yeah, you're right. They had everything flowing out to the left, but it looked like Helms deliberately was going to reverse field and see what he had going out to the right, but Derek Sullivan blew the play up. There was nothing doing right there.
That's one of those times where you'll take an incomplete pass because it does stop the clock.
It does stop the clock for Nicholas County. Brings up a 3rd and 11 at the Oak Hill 16. And we don't know what kind of kicking game they have. I think Burkhammer's their place kicker. We don't know what kind of.
He's made 2 extra points tonight.
Made
looks pretty
2 extra
good.
points.
So we're going to find out a lot about these two teams right here. Man comes in motion across the formation. Helms rolling out to his left. That pass is caught inside the 10.
And that's going to be short, and the clock is rolling. You're right. They cannot stop it. So the clock is rolling. They're going to have to get on this, and this is a 4th down here for Nicholas.
So you can't spike. You got to run a play.
Can't spike. You got to run a play. They're under 10 seconds here.
Snap is back. Helms with the flag down. Helms short of the goal line. Maybe. No, they're going to say he's in. That's the half inch, but the flag is down on the far side.
There is a flag. I think this is coming back. I think this is going to be motion on Nicholas County. And as they were rushing to get the playoff because they didn't have any timeouts, I'm not surprised that there was motion.
Big call upcoming.
Helms looks like he's a little shaken up. He's got his helmet off. He took a big hit right down there at the goal line. But I don't think this touchdown is going to stand. And they're backing Nicholas up. And that should be the end of the half.
Legal formation, 5 men in the backfield against the offense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still 4th down.
So
during the play, the clock expires, so we'll have 1 untimed down.
They're giving them an untimed down.
I didn't think you could end
so
on
that's a break for Nicholas. That's a real break for Nicholas.
Break. And it looks like they're going to line up for a field goal.
Yeah, that's going to be a 30-yard field goal right in the middle of the field for Colton Burkhammer.
Snap back, ball down, kick up, and that kick is
good.
17-14, Nicholas County has a lead over Oak Hill at the half. We will come back with some halftime festivities in the second half on the New River Network after this.
Field commanders, Jaden Mullins and Eva Pomeroy. Is our band ready?
Welcome you back in the game, everyone. Lucas Berry, Chris Rader here. We're at the customary add 3 minutes to an already 20-minute halftime. Why don't they just put 23 minutes on the clock?
You know, I've heard you make that argument before. If you sign up, you have a petition, I'll sign it.
I might just write one up and have one for you next week. Now, speaking of petitions, we might want to petition for a clarification of rules.
Yeah, I want to go back to the last play of the first half and just remind the viewers, Colton Helms got into the end zone. They brought it back for the false start. That play took the clock all the way to 0. I was under the impression that should have been the end of the half. And they gave Nicholas County an untimed down where they come in and kick a 30-yard field goal to give them a 3-point lead. And I got to tell you, man, I'm not going to act like a rules expert, but for the life of me, that seems wrong. I don't think they should have given them.
As long as I've been following football at any level, it seems like if the half ends on an offensive penalty, that's it.
That's the half, and I agree. And I'm not sure why they gave them an untimed down there, but I got to tell you, that ruling is looming large, and that's really giving Nicholas County a 3-point lead going into the half. But, we can only dwell on that for so long, and we can talk about what happened in the first half. And it was a really good first half. And we talked about, punching and counter-punching, and that's exactly what both of these did. Nicholas County jumped out to the lead. O'Kill retook it. Nicholas County retook it. So it's who's answering the bell, and both teams have shown that they're capable. But I think we're going to have a really competitive and entertaining second half, and I expect this game to come down the wire. It's been a good one.
Now let me hit on another point that we made in the first half. Oak Hill's having their depth tested. You've already lost Caden Patterson last week to an injury, and now you've lost another player to injury and a big key player defensively at that. You're really going to have, especially if Nicholas comes out and goes tempo again, you've already had one half of those big guys up front being worn down. That could really be an issue here late in this game.
Yeah, Jake Bennett, if you saw in the first half, Jake Bennett went down with a leg injury, and unfortunately, we saw an ambulance come around and take him out on a stretcher. So I don't know how serious the leg injury was, but an ambulance did take him out of here. So I mentioned before the game, Oak Hill doesn't have a ton of depth, and you're right, that depth is being tested. And to be honest with you, I didn't expect Jake Bennett to play as much as he did.
No.
I thought I had in my notes LaShawn Nichols penciled in as at one of those defensive line positions. He did come back in for Jake, but yeah, Oak Hill can't afford a lot of injuries, and unfortunately they had another one there in the first half. And this was on top of Caden Patterson, who was penciled in as a starting corner going out in the scrimmage before the season started.
And that's kind of reset things too, that Nicholas County has a very experienced offense.
Yes,
they don't care what's on the other side of that line. They're going to go.
They are going to go, and they've been very efficient. Oak Hill's kind of hit some big plays. Nicholas has kind of been more methodical going down the field, but we're going to see Oak Hill get the ball here to start the second half and see if they can retake the lead here.
Oak Hill will be going from right to left on your screen in those red helmets and red jerseys with white pants. Nicholas County looking like the polar bears tonight in all white. And that's going to be fielded at about the 16-yard line. As Zeke Lewis trying to snake out of a tackle. He does. He gets to the 40, the 45, near midfield. That's how you start a half as players go crashing into the bench. I think someone from Nicholas County got their helmet stuck in there on the bench.
That was Colton Burkhammer, who's the kicker, the linebacker, the tight end. He's one of their best players. He went crashing into the bench, and I'm like, he looked like he had his head stuck in there for a minute. That's a really nice return. That's a great individual effort by Z. Lewis as he was able to break a tackle, get out to the outside, and it puts Oak Hill in great field position here to start their first drive of the second half.
He looked for all the world stuck at about the 20.
Yes, I agree.
And then here he is, the ball spotted. Really on the 48-yard line.
Great individual effort. That's a kid who's in the past made plays for Oak Hill, and they expect that out of him.
So Luke Endicott will bring his team to the line.
So here's a two-back set. This is Carson Treadway in the backfield. This is the first time we've seen this look with Carson lined up directly behind Luke Endicott in the backfield here.
Snap is back. Endicott hands off. That's Kate Compton. Compton will get near first down yardage.
Nice job that time by Kate Compton. Braden Knight comes up a little gimpy, but looks like he's going to shake it off. But yeah, so Oak Hill, no, they didn't show this look in the scrimmages in the preseason at all. So Nicholas hasn't seen this look where they're going two back And it's it's kind of a pistol. Like, it's a pistol look. Carson Treadway's directly behind Luke Endicott in that shotgun, so that's a pistol look. But then you have Cade Compton lined up as a fullback right beside him, too.
Snap is back. Handoff goes to Carson Treadway, who will get the first down and then some. He'll be near the 30-yard line.
Nice job over the left side of that line. And that left side is where you got Derek Sullivan and Braden Knight, 717 pounds of beef. And they opened up a hole that time for Carson Treadway. And Oak Hill's in business now. Two nice runs to start this drive. And let's see if they go two back, if Nicholas maybe wants to change their front a little bit. They've been going with a four-man front all night. They're still in this four-man front in a 4-3 set.
Snap is back. Handoff goes to Carson once again.
That's going to be a nice play by number 66 for Nicholas County. You don't have to help me out. I set my roster down.
Let's see here. 66 for Nicholas County. That is Isaiah Dillon.
He made a nice play in the interior. Kept that to a short gain. Thank you to my beautiful daughter for bringing me water. Dad was parched. And they're going back to their more traditional four-receiver look here. Nice hole on the right side.
He's got the 20. He's near the 15.
Really nice play over there. It wasn't between the tackles. That was really just off the right tackle's right hip, which is James Ludwig. And Cade Compton slanted right off his right hip and had a lot of room out there. And Oak Hill's getting their ground game lathered up here to start the second half, Lucas.
Not even 2 minutes in, and they've already moved the ball about 30 yards or so. They're inside the 20. First and 10 from the 17, says the PA announcer, and who am I to argue? Three receivers to our near side, one way out wide, running back in the backfield with Luke Endicott. And it's a handoff once again, and Cade Compton going nowhere.
Again, that was Dillon, number 66, right there in the middle, making his presence felt. Again, holding that to no gain and maybe even a short loss, as he's made a couple nice plays here for the Grizzlies early in the second half.
That'll be second down now as Cade comes off. Solomon Truman coming on for Oak Hill.
Nicholas is staying in that four-man front. And again, Oak Hill's back to that two-back set with Carson right behind Luke in the backfield here.
He gets the handoff. He'll barrel forward for a few yards there. We'll call it a 3-yard gain, so that should be 3rd and 7. Let's give me a 5-yard gain. And what he did lose a yard a little bit, so that will be still 3rd and 7, but a 5-yard gain.
And you have to think that they're thinking 2 plays to get this 7 yards, Lucas.
We've already mentioned once you cross midfield, it's pretty much 4-down territory.
Yeah, and Coach Marion's never been one to kick field goals either.
You don't coach scared.
At least not in his first couple of years.
Snap is back. Luke Endicott drops to throw, and that pass is nearly intercepted.
And again, I want to give credit to number 66, Isaiah Dillon. He was right there in the backfield. He was in Luke Endicott's face as he let go of that ball, and he wasn't able to get much behind it. So that's going to bring up a 4th down. We'll see if they want to go for it here. And in the past, Devon Marion has always, and he's going to keep Luke Endicott on the field. So they're going to go for it here on this 4th and 7 and not going to try a field goal. It's a big play here early in the second half for both teams.
Line to gain is the 7-yard line. Snap is back. You read it, and that pass is incomplete, but a flag comes in very late.
That's a good call. I was wondering if he was going to throw it. I like the call. He was trying to get Antoine Hicks, a little slant pattern there, and I definitely think the Nicholas County defender interfered with him before the ball got there. So that's a good call. It's a big call, and that's going to move the sticks and give Oak Hill 1st and goal here.
So on the first drive of the second half, we have another huge call on this end on the 4th down, just as we had at the last drive of the first half.
During the play, pass interference, defense, number 11. Half the distance penalty will result in a first down.
That's Devin Nash. And I always thought pass interferences were automatic first downs. They said it resulted in a first down.
It'll be first and goal
Regardless,
from
it's
the
going to be
7-yard
first and goal
line
from,
for the
from
Red
the
Devils.
7 for Oak Hill.
Yeah,
And again,
Z Lewis on the reception. Z's going to get to about the 5. He's still going.
yeah, they're playing way off Z in that slot, but that was good pursuit to the ball because they threw a little bubble screen out there to him. But he's got a little room out there. If he can get one more block or make a man miss, then maybe he can come back to that and pop it in there. But yeah, 3-yard gain. It's going to make it second and goal from the 4.
Luke Endicott takes the snap, hands off to Kate Compton.
Nice play.
He'll get half that. Set up third and goal from the 2.
That's a really nice play that time. I want to get the number here. It's a really nice play that time by number 58, Chris Meadows, who cut Cade's legs out from under him. Didn't allow him to get in the end zone. You're right. Third and goal from the 2 here.
Snap is back. It's a keep from Luke Endicott. He will
No,
be
he's
short.
He's short. Devin Nash, Lucas Milam combined for the tackle. They tried to go QB power, got him at the 1. And here we go, 4th and goal. A huge play here in this game as Oak Hill's trying to retake the lead. That's inside the 1. And I think Devon Marion wants to talk about it.
I can't say I really blame him.
I'd go right back to it.
I would too.
I'd go right back to the QB power and just tell Luke Endicott to lower your head, man, and be tough and get in there. But I'd go right back to that QB power. I will say this. This is where I hate going shotgun exclusively.
Yeah.
Because what I would love to do is just put him under center and run a QB sneak.
Yeah.
QB sneaks are really hard to stop if you need less than a yard.
Yeah.
But when you line him up in a shotgun,
Right, he's
you're
already
changing
got time.
you're changing the dynamic of the play a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, and let's just say the obvious, he's got more ground to cover.
Yeah,
You go
exactly.
under center, you're already pretty much there.
Yeah, exactly. So I love QB sneaks, but Oak Hill, they go exclusively from the shotgun. Me playing armchair coach, I'd go QB power again here with Luke Endicott. He got in once for you earlier in the game. And this is where, you see all that beef out there for Oak Hill. Tyler Garrett, Derek Sullivan,
we're following him right
Braden Knight. All right, man.
Time
This
to
is
be
why
big.
this is why you're out there, to reset that line of scrimmage into the end zone.
4th and goal from the 1. They're going to give it to Carson Treadway. He did not get there.
That was Chris Meadows again, who came knifing through there and took his legs out from under him, and your rush did not get in the end zone. So 2 huge plays from Chris Meadows from his linebacker position for Nicholas County on that, and that's a goal line stand, and that is huge. Now, the downside for Nicholas is they take over inside their 1, but, man, that is a huge goal line stand for the Grizzlies here to start this second half after a really nice opening drive for Oak Hill.
Oak Hill chewed off nearly half the quarter with that drive and comes up empty.
Yeah, but no pay dirt, and that's the key
That's a
part of
killer.
that. There's no pay dirt, even though you chewed some clock.
So Nicholas County playing from almost Kanawha County. They're so far back in their own territory. And they're going to go under center and just try to dig out behind
Yeah, they're just
sticks
trying
there.
to.
Yeah, they're just trying to give themselves some room, and they're going to
Gosh,
do it.
and they did.
My goodness, what a run.
You see white QB sneak?
Yes, I do.
That's all that was. That's all that was. It was a QB sneak, and Devin Nash just kept his legs turning and got out to the 10, and that's a big play, man. I mean, that's almost a first down.
Very nearly.
It gets them out of the shadow of their own goal line, and that's why I really like,
Second
getting
and-
up under center and just plowing under there for a QB sneak.
2nd and 2, and the whole playbook's open now.
Yeah, man. And it looks like initially that was going to go for about a 1-yard gain, and you just sell the pile, just keep moving back.
Helms hands the ball off. And like that was Devin Nash. He'll cross the 15.
They'll have a first down. I think Cade Compton's in on the tackle, but not before Devin Nash picked up a first. And that's a big first down. I mean, they're at the 15-yard line now, and they started inside the 1. And that's a big first down for the Grizzlies. That's going to be Ian Bellinger checking in, number 68, and LaShawn Nichols is going to check out. And again, we mentioned Oak Hill doesn't have a lot of depth, but that depth is definitely being tested here tonight as they're calling on some kids that I'm not sure they plan to call on. Bellinger's a 6'2", 226-pound junior.
And they're going to give that to Lucas Milam. And a flag comes in from behind very late on the back end.
Very late, yeah. Solomon Truman's clapping his hands. So that's probably going to go against Nicholas County.
Carry. Tripped up by number 1.
I think that was just one of those little touch passes that West Virginia made famous with Tavon Austin when he was there. They ran that with Milam, but I think we're going to have a penalty behind the play, and that's going to push Nicholas County back.
So we'll get our
30 run. Hold, number 11 on the offense. That was in the backfield. We'll go to the previous spot, half the distance. Replay first down.
Why does where it occurred matter?
I don't know. There's going to be half the distance, so it's going to put Nicholas County back at the
7.5.
7.
Yeah.
So they're calling it officially a 1st and 17, as the line to make is the 25-yard line.
Yep.
As Jagger Knox is checked back into the game for Oak Hill at one of those linebacker positions. He's number 26 on your screen. Boy, nice play. And that was Jagger Knox. Jagger Knox has really played well. That was him that made the tackle on Devin Nash. He knifed into the backfield, and he's really taken advantage of the snaps that he's getting other than the personal foul down here.
I was going to say, that's the only real thing you can have
That's
against
really
him.
the only blemish. Other than that, I think the sophomore has really played well here for Oak Hill tonight.
When his coaches go back and look at the film, these are going to stand out.
Yes, I agree. Jaggers played really well here tonight.
That'll make it 2nd down and 18 for Nicholas County. 4:20 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Don't be lulled to sleep. They're not afraid to throw it with Helms here.
And they're going to run it instead.
Nice play by James Ludwig out there. James has done a really nice job of really just setting the edge. He plays that defensive end position. There's been several times they've tried to get outside him. He's a really good athlete. He's got an impressive physique. He looks like a football player. He goes 6'3", about 225, but did a nice job of setting the edge, wouldn't let Nash get out around him. And that puts Nicholas County in a 3rd and long deep in their own territory here.
They're scoring this is a 3rd and 18. And there aren't many plays in the playbook designed for 3rd and 18. Golden Helms will take the snap. Drops the throw. That pass is going to be, they're going to say incomplete.
Yeah, incomplete. That was a good ball by Helms. Helms showed off his arm that time. He threw that from the right hash over to the left sideline.
I kind of thought he caught it at first.
Well, I think for a second, I think he did catch it, but he couldn't keep possession of it. And that's going to bring up a punt situation for Nicholas. So after the goal line stand, and it helped with the Devin Nash penalty, Oak Hill's defense holds, and they should get the ball back here in pretty good field position.
I'm so glad you didn't say he didn't survive the catch. I'm not ready for that debate for the rest of the NFL year. I'm not ready for that yet.
My terminology's not that advanced.
Punts away. It's a really good kick. And be fielded just short of the 50. That
Wow.
is able to be fell on, but wow.
That could have been disaster. Because Carson not only fumbled it, he couldn't find it for a minute.
He had no idea where it was.
He had no idea where it was. So, boy, that could have been disaster. Luckily, he was able to find it right before Nicholas jumped on it. But regardless, Oak Hill takes over. in really good field position here
Yeah.
at Nicholas County territory on the 47-yard. They had a nice drive the first time. They just couldn't cash in.
Just about where only about 2 or 3 yards ahead of where the last drive started.
And I'm seeing Ian Bellinger, who got some snaps on defense. He's checking in here now on offense. I think for Ludwig here at that right tackle, I don't know if James is shaking up or what, but Ludwig's not in. Ian Bellinger in at that right tackle position for him. Really nice job that time. They pulled the big guard, Tyler Garrett, from his right guard position. He got a nice kick-out block, and that opened up a lane for Cade Compton.
He found it and put his shoulder down and a few more. Inside 3 minutes, and they're going to say that's second and literally an inch.
Yeah, second and inches, man. You got your whole playbook at your disposal here.
And Nicott takes a snap, handoff once again. That was Cade Compton once again.
Looks like basically the same play. Got good yardage on it again. And Oak Hill's on the move again.
Results in a first down for Oak Hill.
As this is a fast-moving third quarter, Lucas. We're already under 2:37.
Oh,
and the
yeah.
clock's turning.
Looks like we just got back on the air after half.
Yeah, it's been a very fast-moving third quarter. But this is typically their jet sweep series.
And they'll hand it off as Compton gets a few. To be honest with you, Antoine moved a little bit before the snap. I'm surprised that wasn't called
Yeah, I didn't
for a
see
false
that.
start. It looked like he was trying to find his spot on the line, but everyone else looked like they were pretty much set. I'm surprised they didn't bust him there.
When they get in that bunch set on the either side, they're usually running jet sweep action. Now this time they're going back to trips here to the short side.
And that takes the snap out to Z. Lewis. Z finds some space. He'll get near the 25, bounces off a would-be tackle. He'll dive near the 20. Z. Lewis. And they're still going at it.
Well, I think looks like we have another Oak Hill player down. Somebody's down there in some discomfort. I can't see who that is right now.
Nor can I. But it looks like it's the terror of opening games.
So I mentioned when they're running that trip set out there, you're giving some room to the middle slot guy out there. That's been Z, and then that time he was able to make a man miss and do something on his own and get that first down. So a really good individual effort. We're going to try to see who that is down. As again, we've mentioned Oak Hill, that's Carson Treadway, and they definitely cannot afford Carson Treadway to be injured. He's a key player for them on both sides of the ball.
Also, Carson Palmer reference.
Yeah,
Carson Palmer reference.
It's funny. I think I called him Carson Palmer one time last year, too. It'd be nice if Oak Hill had Carson Palmer, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That would shore up the quarterback position really
Yes, it
quickly.
would.
But they definitely, that's a key injury if Carson Treadway's banged up.
Oh,
because
absolutely, yes.
He's one of their better players. Now
he's walking off,
getting up on under his own power. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Getting the drinks. That's a good sign for Carson Treadway.
And we'll reset here. It's 1st and 10 for Oak Hill from the 20-yard line with 1:37 to go in the quarter number 3.
Oak Hill's ground game has looked really good until they got inside the 10.
Yeah.
And then Nicholas County bowed up on them. But other than that, Oak Hill has really been getting yardage in chunks out of their ground game here in the third quarter. And they're going back to that two-back look. And that's Z. Lewis directly behind.
And he'll take the handoff. Try to bounce it outside, unable to. He'll lose about 5 or 6, 7 yards.
Well, Nicholas County brought the house that time, and for a second, I thought he was going to squirt through there. Nicholas County brought everybody. But he wasn't able to get away, and you're right, that's going to be a loss there. I don't know where they're going to spot it.
Oh, let's see.
Actually,
doesn't look like they moved. It looks like they might.
Yeah.
No gain.
No
gain and no
yeah.
loss. Well, that's a break for Oak Hill. I did not view them blow that dead at the line of scrimmage. as we're now under a minute in the third quarter. Again, Endicott will take a slightly wayward snap, hand it off to Kay Compton, who will gain about a yard or two, and that'll be third down and long for Oak Hill here.
Yeah, it was a good job by Kay just to get something out of that. Looked like he was going to be thrown for a loss. He was able to squeeze through there and get a couple out of it. But again, this is going to be 4-down territory.
And might I make this observation, 20 seconds left. You don't have to snap it in this quarter if you don't want to. You can take some time to really think about it before you go to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're going to get a snap off here, actually. They're not,
I don't
they're
think
not in
they
a big
are.
hurry.
No. Nope, they most certainly are not. And so we will come back with a scoreless third quarter. It's still 17-14 Oak Hill trails it, but they're on the move, knocking on the door. We'll come back for the fourth quarter of a very good football game after this on the New River Network. Welcome you back in here to the broadcast booth. Lucas Berry, Chris Rader here with you on the New River Network. It is third down and 8 to begin the fourth quarter, and a big third down and 8 at that as Oak Hill's on the move, trying to retake the lead over Nicholas County.
Now again, this is their jet sweep look here, Lucas. They typically they didn't that time. They broke a tendency.
And Endicott's going to throw that pass that is caught near the 10. That's Z Lewis as he gets pushed out of bounds.
So nice job by Luke Endicott rolling out there, find his man Z Lewis, and we'll see if that's going to be a first down. It's going to be very, very close. No, they broke a tendency right there. Usually when they line up in that set, they'll bring Carson in motion and show a jet sweep action, and that time they didn't. So they broke a tendency that time out of that look.
If you ask me, I think he got it, but that's just my opinion. It's not my opinion that really matters.
Let's see where if that's...
He's standing right on the 10.
He's standing inside and if you look at the down marker, it's outside the 10. So that should be a first down by my naked eye, too.
Well, the down marker hasn't moved. The down marker is still standing at the 18-yard line. Son, you got to move, son.
I'm looking at the second chain. That should be a first down.
During the personal foul, face mask grabbing the back of the helmet underneath.
Well, that's
That could be
definitely
half the distance, results in a first
that's
down.
definitely a first down.
I never
now.
saw that flag.
I never saw the flag either. I never saw a ref throw that. Regardless, that's going to put it first and goal at the 5. Solomon Truman now is in that backfield beside Luke Endicott.
Truman takes the handoff, and he'll get to about the 5.
Man, somebody has got to put a hat on Chris Meadows. Chris Meadows blasted the first drive down here at the goal line, and he's the one that came knifing in there and got Solomon Truman right there at the line of scrimmage again. So,
And it looks like we're dealing with the cramping bug once again. It is the first game of the season. No matter how cool it may have been outside, it's still, we're working into conditioning right. It's, it just is what it is.
But number 58, Chris Meadows for Nicholas County, has made some huge plays for them defensively.
Yes, he has.
Down here around the goal line, he's sniping in from that outside linebacker position.
He and Isaiah Dillon have played really well up front for Nicholas County.
Yeah, they have. What's frustrating, the shame of this for Oak Hill is they've really dominated the second half. I mean, Nicholas County's barely touched the ball. Oak Hill's dominated time of possession. They've went up and down the field, but they weren't able to cash in the first time. We got to see if they got to cash in this time because, but they've really played well.
Yeah. And here's the thing. We're too early into the season, game 1, to tell you if Oak Hill is built to overturn a 10-point deficit. I don't want to find out.
No. But they have 3 plays down here, and the ball's currently spotted still at the 6-yard line. So they have 3 plays to get this.
I can't see who that might be.
Yeah, I can't either.
No. They moved that time. Yeah, last time. Yeah, that time not here. But I'm saying, the man came from the other side.
That's Solomon Truman.
Truman, yeah. And I think, I'm like you, I think it's a cramp. We're hoping. We hope that's just a cramp.
It looked like they were stretching him out
Looks like
pretty
they're
good.
trying to stretch him out.
Yeah.
But again, he's a key player.
He's
for
been
Oak Hill.
pretty. Yeah, he's played really well tonight.
Both sides of the ball. So that means Cade Compton's going to be in there in the backfield. So they're going a 2-by-2 set here. They got Carson in man coverage, who's their best receiver, typically, out here to the top of the screen. I don't know if they want to take advantage of that or not.
Snap is back. Endicott looks, that pass gets batted down at the line.
Well, guess who? It's Chris Meadows. Chris Meadows is all over the field for Nicholas County. He's been a one-man wrecking crew for Nicholas County. Once they get inside the 10, and man, somebody's got to get a hat on that kid because he's just blowing up these Oak Hill drives once they get around the goal line. So now we're looking at a 3rd and goal.
From the 6 still.
Yeah, they were trying to run a swing pass out here to Cade Compton, and Meadows came in and blasted Luke Endicott before he could even get it off.
We don't know what Oak Hill's field goal kicking may or may not be, so we don't know if we're in 4-down territory yet.
Well, I think we got an idea when we went for it down here. I think we got an idea what they wanted to do.
Endicott. It's a keep. He's diving. He's in. No, maybe.
That's going to be 4th down. That was Cade Compton who got right to the edge of the goal line but wasn't quite able to get it in. And here we go. We're in the same situation we were down at the other end of the field. 4th and goal inside the 1.
Yep, man.
Let me give you a hint. Find number 58 for Nicholas in blocking. He has been wrecking Oak Hill.
Find him ASAP.
Here we go. Another huge play down here at the goal line.
Endicott will take the snap. He will hand the ball off. I don't think he got there.
I don't think he got there either. And for the 2nd drive in a row, Oak Hill has a drive inside their 1-yard line.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, a great job there by the Grizzlies. As every time that when they're getting their back against the wall, they're giving up all this real estate, but then they get down there and they bow up and they're shooting gaps. And another great job that time from Nicholas County, as the handoff was barely able to get to Cade. I wouldn't mind just letting them see Luke, Luke keep that and use Cade as a lead blocker. And then that way you're not wasting maybe half a second trying to hand it off. You can just let Luke get forward momentum and go north-south.
Chris, I don't want to be a pessimist, but depending on how much time Nicholas County kills off, Oak Hill may only have one more drive. And that might be a safety.
No, he got out of it.
No, he got out of it. My goodness.
No, Oak Hill definitely pushed the pile back, and I thought, well, for a second it might be too, but then you saw Devin sneak out of there. But James Ludwig did a nice job of slamming him to the ground.
Devin Nash is a sneaky good running back.
He's
a good football player.
He's just a really good football player. He's strong, but he's shifty as well. He's shiftier than he probably looks. He just looks like a power back, but he's got good moves in there in the interior. He's just a really good
moves,
football
reads
player.
the game well.
Yeah.
Everything about him.
And I mentioned earlier, it seems like he's been there, 10 years at this point. I think he's on his 3rd contract extension.
All right, here we go. Handoff once again, trying to gain some real estate. They will not.
So 3rd and long here inside their own 5. But again, let's see if Nicholas County wants to roll the dice with their senior quarterback and put the ball in his hands, or just play it safe like they've been doing it and give it to Devin Nash and see what he can get.
Clock winding down to 9.5 minutes to go in the football game.
But I definitely wouldn't be surprised to see Nicholas County throw this football.
Nor
on
would
third
I.
and long.
They're certainly showing that they might. They will as Helms rolls out to his right. He escapes,
that was
nearly
almost
intercepted.
by Solomon Truman. Really dangerous pass time from Helms. He got away with it. Good pressure from Oak Hill. And again, Nicholas County's going to punt from their own end zone, and Oak Hill's going to, again, get great field position. And Lucas, not to beat a dead horse, but Oak Hill has completely dominated the second half, but hasn't been able to cash in twice from inside the 1 yard line.
Let me give the horse some reprieve. Would you think about coming after this if you're Oak Hill?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Given that they're not at full punt depth. They didn't, though. That's a nice little punt.
Yeah, it is. And it'll be slid down there at about the 36-yard line.
So I'll have to play armchair quarterback, right? That way, if I'm wrong, it's no skin off my back. They have been absolutely just running the ball right down Nicholas County's throat. I wouldn't mind seeing a play action and take a shot.
Yeah.
Just, they've absolutely just been gashing them with their run game. I wouldn't mind seeing just a little play action here, take a shot downfield, see if you can catch maybe a safety or a linebacker asleep.
And I have confidence in Luke that he can do that.
And actually, the middle of the field's open here.
Middle of the field's very open. I'm going to hand the ball off. That's Carson Treadway once again. He'll out near the 30.
You can't complain. I mean, that's 7 yards.
No.
I mean, they are running the ball at will until they get inside the 10, and then they're finding real estate harder to get. But I mean, they've really ran the ball well. 7 yards right there. But I'll say it again. On 2nd and 3 especially, I'd be okay with the play action here and take a shot. And the middle of the field's open. Their safety is – they don't have a safety back right now. Here comes the blitz.
Endicott will look to throw, and he'll have to tuck it in and just kind of cut his losses, and he may have gained a yard, maybe.
Yeah, they were trying to take a shot. Luke didn't see anything downfield he liked. It didn't look like we're running anything deep. Everything looked like it was kind of underneath in that intermediate route, that intermediate zone. So you got 3rd and 4 here. It looks like the ball's at the 30 line to makes the 26.
Two receivers to each side, one running back in the backfield with Luke Endicott. Endicott will take a somewhat high snap. He drops the throw. That pass is intercepted.
It's Devin Nash.
Devin Nash again. He's going to run a little bit. Devin Nash out near midfield will finally be taken down at the 47-yard line of the Red Devils. And that may just be a pivotal play in this football game.
Huge play, yeah. And Luke has played really well. He's played really well tonight. He tried to fit that in somewhere where Devin Nash dropped back from his middle linebacker position.
Just played center field.
Yeah, that almost, and I'm not going to act like I know for sure, that almost looked like a Tampa 2 when the middle linebacker drops into that deep zone.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it looked like Devin Nash did.
There's a conference of officials down here. I don't know what they're discussing, but this might be important.
But, yeah, Luke, there's a flag down there. You're right. It might be on the run back. But, yeah, Luke threw that in the crowd, and the senior linebacker for Nicholas, who makes big plays, made a big one right there.
We got a block in the back on the return against number 48 of the offense.
That's Burkhammer.
So, yeah, big play that time for the Grizzlies. Still a lot of time, though. 7:42 left in the game.
Oh, yeah.
And, again, Nicholas County is backed up deep in their own territory.
Let's see, where's that ball going to be spotted at? It's going to be spotted at the 18-yard line.
And I believe Oak Hill has their full complement of timeouts.
I think you're right.
I don't think Oak Hill's taken a timeout yet this half.
I do believe you're right. So now you enter into that decision-making for new head coach Matt Morrison. Are we trying to score or are we trying to bleed clock? Preferably both, but if you can only have one, which one do you take?
Yeah, we got Tyler Colosino out of that far corner now.
Handoff coming to...
Nice play coming up
That's
there.
gonna be-
Zeke Lewis. That was number 26 for Nicholas. That's Braden Johnson. He's getting his first carry of the game. He plays corner for him. He was spelling Devin Nash after that long return. Nash is back in the game. Johnson's going to take a seat. Zeke did a nice job coming up from his corner position, holding that about a 2-yard gain.
But if you can have someone that can give Nash a blow and do that, you'll take it. That might serve the Grizzlies well.
So they got two
going
tight ends
forward.
over here to this left-hand side. They're pulling them. A little inside reverse there to Milam.
Lucas Milam trying to get the edge. He's
Nice
not
play.
going to.
Carson Treadway with a really nice play. James Ludwig finished it off. So that's going to put Nicholas County in another 3rd and long. Because that inside reverse has been there. They've gotten a couple nice gains off that, but Oak Hill was ready for it that time. I think Milam is shaking up. I think that's Milam shaking up over there for Nicholas County. He's one of their better players being helped off the field. So 3rd and about 8 here for Nicholas at their own 21. Excuse me, they're actually backing them up inside the 20, so that's going to be 3rd and almost 10.
Ball spotted at the 19-yard line. And that should be basically 3rd and 9. No, 3rd and 8.
Z. Lewis is checking in for Andreas Johnson.
Helms takes the snap. Looks to throw. Trying to find some room. Has a man. That pass is caught. Going a little bit on the far side there.
Boy, I got to give Colton Helms all the credit. He really showed his poise. He was back there in the pocket. He didn't get rattled. He moved up in the pocket, kind of gave himself a little bit of space, and then found Devin Nash, and that's a senior quarterback looking like a senior quarterback, Lucas.
Yes.
In a big 3rd and long situation, you put the ball in Colton Helms' hands, and he doesn't get rattled when his initial read isn't there, and he's able to find his maybe a 2nd or 3rd read for the first down.
Snap is back and hand off to Devin Nash. Nash will cross the 50 near the 45.
And now with under 6 minutes left, I think you're probably going to see a really heavy dot of Devin Nash, or maybe even Colton Helms, or maybe some QB powers too.
Oh yeah, at this point you're calling in the closer, right?
Yeah, they're going to put the ball in the hands of their seniors who they trust, and that's Helms and Nash, and that was a nice gain right there. And if you're Oak Hill, you can't let that 3rd down pass play, get you down mental. You still have a lot of time. You have your full complement of timeouts. You've got to get a stop right here.
Here's the handoff.
Not a lot there that time. Cade Compton, there's a lot of kids. I know I saw Cade in the pile, a lot of kids in there. Solomon Truman. So not a lot that time for Devin Nash. But you are getting to the point, we're going to go under 5 minutes here. You are getting to the point where you're starting to do some clock watching if you're Oak Hill. And Nicholas is not going to be in any hurry. They're going to bleed that play clock down as far as they can.
Now down to 4:45 in the game. They bled it down to 12 seconds on a play clock. Ain't no way Nicholas County snaps it before 10 seconds on a play clock anymore. Handoff goes, whoa, wide open. Wide open space for Devin Nash. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds.
So that time they faked that inside reverse. They've run that a few times against Oak Hill. That time they handed it to Nash. They faked that inside reverse to Milam, and Nash kept it around left end. And just a really big drive here for Nicholas County after the interception. And you see Devin Nash down there. You can tell he's tired, he's worn out, but he's a warrior, man. He's a warrior on the wrestling mat too, and he's probably going to keep the ball.
Now down to 4:05 on the game clock. 17 seconds. No, they actually moved down to 10 on the play clock. Snap is back. It's Devin Nash once again. Nash is not going to get anywhere. He'll stay around the 15.
And again, after every play, you're seeing Devin Nash come back to the huddle. He's just, bent over. You can tell he's really tired. He's played a heck of a game.
He's going to sleep out tonight.
He's one of those kids that never comes out of the game for Nicholas. And he's made some big plays for him here tonight. That interception down there might be the biggest.
And here's the handoff once again to Devin Nash trying to get to the outside. He'll get something, but not much. And again, he goes out of bounds. Stopping the clock at 3:04.
Yeah, Antoine Hicks was able to keep forcing him out of bounds, and I couldn't tell who finished off the tackle. But you're right, him going out of bounds is kind of big.
It's effectively a timeout.
That stops the clock at 3:04, and you're right. It gives Oak Hill effectively a fourth timeout, and they still have not used any of their timeouts. So that is one thing. If you're Coach Matt Morrison, you're probably coaching them up. We don't want to go out of bounds right here.
No, yeah. And speaking of timeouts, it looks like he might take one to talk about it, knowing how important this third down is.
So we've already seen him kick a field goal. This is just me. 3rd and about 6 here. I'm thinking 2 plays here. I'm not thinking field goal, because if you get a first down, you can almost, if you don't run the clock out, you can come really close to running the clock out.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine Coach Matt Morrison is thinking field goal down here. He's thinking, I want to get this first down in 2 plays.
I think the fact that he called timeout pretty much confirms that.
Yeah.
Why would you waste one on the field goal?
Why would you, yeah, you're right. And then if you're Devon Marion, you have to start wondering, if you get a stop here, the clock's going to go under 3 minutes. Do you take a timeout here? You have your full complement. If I get a stop here on 3rd down, I'm thinking about maybe burning one.
I think it depends on the down. I think it depends on the distance.
True, it could be. I mean, the result of the play is going to have an impact on what Coach Marion decides to do here.
Because it's 3rd and 6. If it's 4th and 3 and above, I'd think about it. If it's 4th and 3 and below, I'm
Maybe
kind of
just keep
assuming
it
they're
in your
going to get
back
a first
pocket.
down and just kind of, I want those in my back pocket. Grizzlies packed in tight on that line.
Oh,
Low snap! And he falls on it.
And I think Devon Marion is going to take his first time out here. With 2:54 left, and this is a big 4th down.
That's a huge 4th down.
Big 4th down, and we've already seen they don't care to put the ball in Colton Helms' hands. He's very patient back there. Helms doesn't get rattled back there in the pocket.
And this is the first major decision of the Matt Morrison era.
And Helms runs it enough, too, that you have to respect it. So
Yeah.
if you roll him out, give him a run-pass option, he's a good enough athlete that if he doesn't see anything downfield, he's a good enough athlete. He can tuck it and try to pick up that first down. You have to respect that.
You got to respect it, but I'll echo what you've said for Oak Hill. I'm not going to the outside. I'm putting the hat on the hat, and I'm going.
Yeah. So big call here for both teams.
It's 4th down and 8. And it looks like Nicholas is going to come out in a 2-receiver set to each side with a single running back, guess who, in the backfield.
Yeah, and I have to think they're going to give Roll Helms here and give him a little run-pass option.
He's going to up to throw instead. He's going to try to find some space. He finds a man in the end zone. That pass is incomplete.
He was wide open, too. He was wide open, and Helms just short-armed it. He just short-armed it. He was wide open in the corner of the end zone.
So a 2:46.
That was number 26, Braden Johnson, and man, Helms had him, and he was so wide open that I think Helms was worried about overthrowing him, and then he short-armed it.
Yeah.
He just short-armed it.
So with 2:46 to go, Oak Hill's got a chance to go down here and win this football game.
So Luke Endicott has a chance to be a hero here, but he's got 2:46.
And 2 timeouts.
He's got 2 timeouts in his back pocket. You don't have to exclusively go to the air here either. You can sneak in some runs. Oak Hill's ran the ball effectively.
Bring a man in motion. They will run it. That's Carson Treadway spinning out of the would-be tackle, getting near the 20, the 30, the 35, 40. Carson Treadway to the 50, near the 40-yard line. How's that for flipping the field?
I can't tell you what a great individual effort that was by Carson Treadway, because Nicholas actually had that defended pretty well. That should have went for 2 or 3 yards. And Carson Treadway just broke a couple of tackles, made a man miss, and just a huge play from the junior that time to put him in Nicholas County territory.
They'll spot that ball right at the 40-yard line. And because he went out of bounds, that stops the clock with 2:33 to go in the game. Luke Endicott will hand the ball off once again. That was Cade Compton going nowhere. And Chris, we talked about you can kind of work in some runs. Flip the field like that, you can run a little more.
Yes, so 2:20 and ticking. You still have those 2 timeouts. Second in here from the 40. And we'll see what Oak Hill wants to do right here. But that was a nice play in the interior of the line for Nicholas County.
They will snap this almost certainly under 2 minutes. Yes, under 2 minutes to go in the football game.
And they actually have Nash from his linebacker playing a deep free safety right now.
Endicott facing pressure. That pass is
He caught it. That was Owen Gross.
Well, there's a flag down.
That's going to be interference. They'll take that back. I think that's going to be on Nicholas. They'll decline that. They should. I believe that's going to be defensive pass interference. They'll decline it. Luke Endicott realized he had man coverage over here. Owen Gross, they were in a 3-by-1 set with Owen Gross was the lone receiver to this short side. He saw man coverage, took a shot, and put it right on him, and a great catch by Gross. And I believe that is going to be defensive pass interference that they'll decline.
Two penalties on the play. We've got an ineligible receiver downfield, number 8, put up on the line against the offense.
Oh, wow.
We've got defensive pass interference. Those penalties were offset. Second down.
That is huge.
That is a killer.
So they said that Z. Lewis, who's a wideout, I guess he lined up on the line, and then somebody was outside him on the line of scrimmage, and Z went out for a pass. So
that's
just a formation error on Oak Hill's part. And that is a killer, because that negates a pass play that would have put him inside the 10 in goal-to-go situation. So,
but
wow.
I'm really optimistic there was an offense, so it's not a complete loss of yardage or down. Let's have to go again. Endicott once again from the 40. Will drop to throw.
He's got
a man downfield. That pass is caught! Touchdown! Oak Hill!
Wow.
Carson Treadway gives the Red Devils the lead.
How about that? How about Luke Endicott in his first career start with an 84-yard drive and a huge 40-yard touchdown pass? And take your hat off to Carson Treadway, because his end-around run put him in great position. That was a great individual effort.
And he gets to cash in at pay dirt.
And he cashes it in down there. Huge drive for Oak Hill.
Extra point upcoming, and a huge extra point, I might add. Snap back, ball down, kick up. And that kick is good. 21-17, Oak Hill has the lead.
How about this for an opening weekend, man?
I don't believe it.
Now, minute 25 left. Nicholas County has their own senior quarterback. He's already made some plays in the passing game as well. They have one timeout.
I think
they could
have
have
to burn
more
one
than
earlier, because they burned one on that fourth down, or that third down.
They've got one timeout. They still have a minute 25.
At least one. But you're right, and I'll hammer the point home. Oak Hill's defense has been tested and light with depth. Those guys that have been called upon, ultimate call now.
Yeah, you want to keep everything in front of you, obviously. And to be honest, I'm shocked that Carson got behind the defense, because when Nicholas came out, they had 3 men back. They were I don't know if that was, it looks like may have been a cover 3. I'm not going to act like I'm John Madden up here, but it looked like they were playing a shell defense where they weren't going to allow anything behind them.
Right, that's what you're
and
taught.
Carson,
just keep it in front
all
of
a
you.
sudden, you see Carson streaking behind the defense. That was a blown coverage, and great job by Endicott to recognize it and find Treadway and put it. And that was a great pass too.
Luke Endicott, I watched an interview with Coach Marion, and he said Luke Endicott came to him wanting to be quarterback. You can see why. And that kick is really good.
Wingrove put that. That's going to be a touchback.
Perhaps a bit too good.
Yeah, Drew Wingrove there. And you could tell that he had some adrenaline after that touchdown. Drew Wingrove put that left foot in
He's
it.
down another 15 yards.
Drove it into the end zone. That's a nice luxury to have.
So that'll bring it out to the 20. So Nicholas County has 80 yards to go and a $1.25 with which to do it. Welcome to high school football. Welcome back.
These guys always, it's just always a good, entertaining, competitive game when these two get together too.
Snap is back. Helms drops to throw. He'll roll out to his right. That pass is caught. Staying in bounds.
The clock's moving. The clock's moving too.
Keep him in front.
So Nicholas has to get on the ball here.
Keep him in front.
Helms again dropping the throw. That pass is going to be caught. It's first down for Nicholas. That's Spencer Kuiper on the reception.
I got to tell you, if I'm Owen Gross, who's playing that single eye free safety, he's playing kind of shallow. He's playing a little shallow for my liking here. But that's going to move the sticks, and that'll stop the clock. And I think Nicholas just took their third and final timeout, Lucas, with 58 seconds left on the clock.
I don't want to play armchair coach. That's kind of surprising.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised too, especially after the first down where you get a temporary clock stoppage anyway.
Right, it just seems kind of early in the drive to do that
I'm
too.
a little surprised that maybe they took it right there too. And I'm going unofficially. I think this is their last time out. That's unofficial. They might have another one in their back pocket. So
I can't remember a time where they called one earlier in the half. I know they have blew one down here on third down at like the 15.
So I might be wrong, because if he's called it right there, you almost think they have another
You'd
one.
have to, right?
Yeah. Well, that would be a weird place to call a timeout if that was your last one.
So one of us is going to be right, and I guess we'll find out over the next 58 seconds.
Gross, he's a little further back this time from that free safety, but now he's backing up. He was a little shallow for my liking.
Helms again will drop to throw, and he's going to find Ian Nutter downfield. That pass is incomplete. My goodness. My goodness, that was in his basket.
It was, and he just dropped it. But I got to tell you, man, Owen Gross he's got to get better depth on his drops here. He's the last line of defense, and he's got to get better depth. And I told you previously he was playing a little shallow for my liking, and you saw the receiver get beyond him right there. So he's got to get better depth on his drops here.
And after all that, it's still second down and 10 from the 49 with 49 seconds to go. Helms again will drop back to pass. And they're going to force that to go out of bounds. We'll have another about 8 seconds or so come off, and it'll be third down and long for the Grizzlies. Obvious 4-down territory.
So Kill got good pressure that time from a couple of kids off the bench. Number 52, Mason Morgan got good pressure, and then Ian Bellinger also was able to flush Helms over there on the sideline, and those are two kids. So what Oak Hill's done, they've brought out their beef in Sullivan and Braden Knight. Now they have some lighter kids in there to maybe rush the passer and also keep up with tempo if Nicholas County goes tempo.
Helms again, dropping back to throw, and that pass is going to be
incomplete.
And that'll force a 4th down and ball game.
So we're down to 35.8 seconds as well. And you're right, this is 4th down, 4th and 10 that they have to pick up.
Fourth down and 10. Line to gain is the 41-yard line. What? Okay. Golden Helms coming in with the play for his troops. And Chris, they've already got 10 seconds on the play clock. That play clock's winding down.
Yeah, it sure is. They got to get up to the play.
They got to go.
Yeah, they got to go. They're going to get 5 yards here.
Snap is back. Helms being pressured, rolling out to his left, escaping pressure. Says just go. And that's going to be incomplete. And Oak Hill is going to survive.
Wow.
That took forever hanging up there.
Heck of a football game. I think we might have a flag back here. I think they might say Helms across the line of scrimmage.
I think he did.
That'll be declined. That'll be all for naught. Heck of a football game.
Wow.
And you know what? I expected nothing less.
Against the quarterback across the line of scrimmage.
These teams have played really competitive games each of now in the last 4 years. Oak Hill's been lucky enough to get the better of it, but you know, my game ball night is going to go to Luke Endicott. I said before the game started, this kid was taking his first varsity snap, and he throws 2 touchdown passes, gets a touchdown running. And how about the 40? I said he had a chance to be a hero. 40-yard touchdown pass to win the game.
And just add some context. Bounced back from an interception. Didn't let that bother him.
Great point on your part. Bounced back from a key interception and had the confidence to make some key throws. So, heck of a game.
Greatest formation in this game, the victory formation. And Oak Hill will knee it. And Nicholas County presumably unable to stop it, or certainly unwilling to. Knowing the jig is up. As the final seconds tick off, the handshake line will commence. And in what was a heck of a football game, Oak Hill survives and moves to 1-0 on the 2025
season. Can I give some credit
season.
to some kids? I said before the game, Oak Hill's depth wasn't great. They played a lot more kids in this game. A lot more kids got snaps than I thought they would, than I think they planned on it. You know, we had Bennett go out with an injury. They played a lot of kids that, frankly, sort of surprised me, and they got some key contributions from those kids. Ian Bellinger. I want to give credit to Jack. Jagger Knox made several plays defensively for Oak Hill tonight. He had some really quality defensive snaps for the Devils. So nice job from some young kids stepping in there. Tyler Colasino, you know, he had to step in for an injured Caden Patterson. So really nice team win for Oak Hill here tonight.
Absolutely. And we want to take this time to remind you that Oak Hill will be right back here against Riverside next week. Nicholas County, we want to wish them all the best in their 2025 season. They'll host Chapmanville next week, the first home game in Summersville in the Matt Morrison era.
I think that's a good football team.
That is a really good football team.
Their season's not over. They're going to be a AAA playoff contender. I wouldn't be surprised to see them in the playoffs in November. That's
Nor would I. And again, I emphasize this. We do wish them all the best going forward. We absolutely do. Good luck to you fellows. You played a heck of a game, and someone has to win, and that team is the Oak Hill Red Devils once again. So, Chris, has your heart rate recovered yet?
No, man.
No.
This is what I've been waiting on. I love this time of year. Football started back, and you cannot ask for a better opening game than what we just saw here tonight. It's a shame either team had to lose. It was a really good, hard-fought game.
Yes, it was. All right, that should just about wrap it up for us here at Tom M. Mason Red Devil Field at John P. Duda Stadium. Once again, our final score: Oak Hill 21, Nicholas County 17. Thank you so much for tuning us in on the New River Network. Good night, everyone.